What's up, beautiful people? This your boy, Nate Jackson. This is another episode of my podcast, OpinioNated. Highlight on the Nate inside of OpinioNated. I am happy today to be with the guest that I'm with today. This is a national best-selling author. This is a very, very gorgeous persona. This person is established on multi-tiers of the community, of the national community, through cohorts, has traveled the world, is a keynote speaker, is a wonderful daughter, a wonderful sister, a wonderful mom, a wonderful auntie, and an overall beautiful person. And all of that, in my opinion, is second to how awesome of a wife I've observed her being. And with the asterisk, I'll go back and highlight mother again. My sister, my older sister, Debrina Jackson Gandy, the author of Sacred Pampering Principles, of The Love Lies, and of All the Joy You Can Stand, and not in that particular order.
Can I just say I'm impressed? All my titles and didn't have to look. Very impressed.
It's who you are. It's who you are. I didn't even go into how you're on the board of regents at 3 colleges or whatever you're doing now. But let's get into this, right? So the impetus for this episode is that I've been watching, I don't know, I don't know what the titles are, but I've been watching different women speak on dating and courtship and love and relationships.
Yeah.
Whether it is the gorgeous, the one I be looking at, Sarah. How you doing? Dr. Joy Bryant, who I saw sit with, I believe, Shannon Sharp, and you know, I'm not into a place in my life where it's like, oh, I'm this rich potential philanthropist, you know, with several babies, moms, and children, and all that, like where it's really like a convoluted love life. And that's not me. But when I watch these professional women go into those spaces and have those conversations, I can't help but to be like, what would my sister say? Because she's the expert that I know could unravel a lot of this stuff. And so today, my intention is to delve into what she has coined the what?
Debrina's Modern Courtship.
Debrina's Modern Courtship.
Yes.
Which should be the solution to all of our problems regarding, you know, the gray area, you know, all the unsureties we have around dating and courtship and going from 2 strangers to becoming 2 people that are bonded for life. So there's that. Today's episode is sponsored by The Roses Collection, my clothing line. I'm wearing it right now. That's why I'm shimmering and shining. This is called the Rhinestone T-shirt. We have, it's a size inclusivity line designed for the fellas. So it's XL through 4X, high quality designer, cut and sew, made in Pakistan. Wonderful stuff. If you order at therosescollection.com, your order is shipped out same day.
Woo.
So you can have it very soon. And you can pick how fast you want it to come to you. But we have hoodies, we have jeans, we have hats, we have shirts, we have puff print, we have all over print, we have rhinestone all over. So tap into the Roses Collection. You can go to therosescollection.com. You can see it being modeled. You can see it being worn, and it's awesome. And then there's also a segment on the show called The Roses in which I shower my guests with love. So I want you to know right off the top, the roses I'm giving you do not pertain to your professional monikers and the things that you're doing. They pertain to just being an overall dope-ass big sister. I've seen you maneuver in spaces that are almost confusing, where there are, you know, all demographics, all different socioeconomic statuses, and you find a way to literally talk to, level with, and bond with whoever you strike a conversation with.
Aww.
And the way you demand respect from people, or the way you demand to be spoken to, dealt with, talked to, touched or not touched, is you move with grace. And so those are the roses that I'm going to bestow over there upon you today. Second sponsor of today's episode.
Brother.
Yeah. Second sponsor of today's episode is Hims. Hims is designed for the man in your life. Fellas, if you have any questions regarding weight loss, having better sex, regrowing your hair, tackling your anxiety, having longer sex, or just in general want to look into smoothing your skin, please go to hims.com, sign up so you can eat healthy, get strong. You can even find nutritional protein pack recipes in the Hims app. So get the app where they have all kinds of things about weight loss, down to your GLP-1s. And it's more than a plan. Go to hims.com and change your life today. Can somebody go let my Pakistani in? With that said, Dabrina's Guide to Courtship, modern courtship.
Yes.
What are we doing wrong?
First, can I just say thanks for the roses? I just love that.
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate little bro. Oh my goodness, what are we doing wrong? It's the Wild West out there, sir. We Mad Maxing it. It's out of control. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's not much we're doing right. That would be a shorter list.
Okay. I see the craziness for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
Well, see, the thing is, part of the problem is and that's why I call it Dabrina's modern courtship, right? Because, in the days of the royal court, and you had women in those days that were not able to work, they didn't work, and all of their income, their standing in society was linked to their husband. So we still have some old, outlandish, old English style stuff, since we're a colony of Europe, that is still showing up in how we date. And we need a modern way to date that works for the current reality, because now, women are working, women may out earn the man, and we still have these crazy expectations as if we are not working and we have to judge a man by his earnings, and we call him a high value man based upon his income. And so I have a different approach to dating that is a win-win. And I actually introduced this years ago, but it now has become even more relevant. And, there's a lot of craziness out there about if you start with coffee, for example, that's a low effort date. But what we got to understand is we got to start small and grow to bigger and more involved dates, and not come out the gate where men are paying hundreds of dollars and women paying hundreds of dollars. So it's a really simple approach. It's a win-win. It's honorable, and it works.
My question.
Yes.
Does it work if all parties don't know about it? Does that make sense? Because if we know everything is crazy,
yeah,
and then you pop in this new discourse, this new mentality towards dating,
yeah,
and only one segment of society is like, I'm going to do it Dabrina's way. Mm-hmm. Does it work well enough to, still prevail? And if I give you a kite to fly, and say, this is how you fly a kite, can you then go into a storm with it and it still flies regular?
Well, what happens is when you go on a date, a man wants you to be happy. He wants to go someplace you're going to like. That's why he will often ask you, where would you like to go? So in that same way, when a woman understands Dabrina's modern courtship, she can redirect. So if he's used to doing dinner because he knows that gets points with the ladies, he's used to doing dinner at a very expensive place because he knows that gets points with the ladies. A woman that has come through Dabrina's Love Academy that now understands this notion of energy units, which we can talk about later, she knows that you start getting acquainted with someone and getting to know someone where you start with a lesser number of energy units, and over time, you continue to increase those number of energy units. So you start with a lower energy date for both folks, not lower effort, just lower energy. So the woman that has done Dabrina's modern courtship can say, hey, yeah, going to dinner a little later down the road sounds great. Let's start with, and then she redirects it to a lower energy unit start.
Okay. I hear you.
Okay.
But I think what you're saying, because it's including this concept of energy units,
yes,
we have to explain that as a prerequisite.
Okay.
At least for me to understand it.
Okay.
So what are you talking about when you're talking about
So
energy
when I
units?
talk about, because when I was coming up with this, and this goes back to, 2009, when I started doing Love Academies around the country, and especially when I was writing my book, The Love Lies, I needed a way to help people understand what I was talking about, right? So I said, I need, for some people, they're really analytical. So I need a way to explain this way of creating gradations in the getting acquainted process.
Gradation.
So gradations. Like
gradations.
No, gradations.
Like a gradient, like steps.
Yeah, but there's also word like gradations.
Okay.
Too. Yeah, and there's gradient. That's different. But I hear you, bruh.
Is it the same thing?
Well, gradations is like how stair steps gradually go upward.
Right.
You're right. So a gradient is the slope of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So creating a way to get engaged that has gradations to it. That's A. There's
levels. There's
levels and steps. Levels and steps. And secondly, you start at lower levels of energy output for both parties. So money is a form of energy output. Touch, time. So starting where those are low and continuing to incrementally increase the energy units. So that includes starting with a date where the number of money energy units is low. Because in 1 hour, if you're going to tea, coffee, or smoothie with a lady, you know in 1 hour if you want to be back in her company again, and she knows in 1 hour if she wants to be back in your company again. That's 60 time energy units for you, 60 time energy units for her, and maybe $25. You both got a smoothie and a pastry or something. So then the next time you get together, if you both decide you want to get together again, now, instead of it being a 1 hour, it might be 90 minutes. So now we're upping the energy units. It might be lunch now instead of just a smoothie. But what happens when you have those gradations slope up slowly, it truly gives you a chance to get to know the other, if in fact that's what we're trying to do. If really the truth is we're trying to do something else and not being truthful about it, it might not work. But if we're truly trying to get to know the other, it supports that. If after that first date with a lower number of energy units, there wasn't a click, there wasn't a mutual, hey, yeah, let's see each other again, then you're only a few energy units in. No one feels used. You're not out of $180. You're not out of 3 hours because you had appetizer, then entree, then dessert, then you went somewhere after. And the other thing that happens is when you start with the energy units high, let's call it start at the high dive instead of the 3-foot end of the swimming pool and graduate to it, what happens is you have a lot of ghosting that happens. You have, and you also feel dishonored. If a man, for example, outlaid $180, you can't get a refund on that. I've started joking with women. I said, I'm gonna put a red button on your head that says refund. And at the end of the night, if you weren't a great date, a man gets to push it and he gets his money back. I said, would you be a great date? Would he push the refund button, or would he say, I enjoyed your company, I enjoyed how I feel when I'm with you, and I would love to spend some time with you again? Not that you'd verbalize it that way, but
no, that's a great concept.
Yeah.
And I don't get to see you again if I hit refund. Am I okay with that? I'd rather have my money and my time back from this experience than whatever you thought this was.
Right.
Also, another thing that doesn't happen, and I thought you were leading up to that. You're saying that the benefits of this concept of keeping the low points, but it also keeps our expectations down, because there's a direct correlation to how much a man is spending.
Come on now.
To how much nut a man want to bust.
There we go.
For lack of better words.
Yeah.
Because if I spend, let's say the bill's $100, I'm like, it might not go down tonight, but I just made, this is an appointment now. You owe me some pussy.
I call it pussy energy units, by the way.
I appreciate it. You owe me some pussy.
Hey.
And how much time, how much money, how much effort, how much energy, how much listening to some shit that does not directly speak to my soul am I sitting through before I'm like, okay, some pussy, please. And it's lopsided, because now that I'm in a space where I have the perception that I have some money, women will pull and pull and pull at my energy, my time, my effort. They want.
Yeah.
Ain't giving up nothing. Ain't giving up nothing. Need money for stuff. I mean, I need to. They may not ask, but they'll tell you what's tight in their life.
Right.
And leave the platform open for you to offer.
Yeah.
Right. But ain't nobody talking about no pussy.
Right.
Even an old hoe would say, "Girl, give him some pussy first and then ask." What the hell?
Yeah. There's a lot of using going on. Right.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of using, and one of the things I was going to say a few minutes ago to your point is when you start with high energy units out of the gate, the only place you can go is higher and higher. And by the third date, usually there is some pussy and penis coming together. And that's usually way too soon. You might not even know the person's middle name. And as much as we say casual sex and it's cool, it really is not working for our mind, our body, our spirit, our soul as humans. We're not made that way.
I think you got to put the same amount of respect on the dick as you do the pussy. Because you said
yes,
pussy and penis. Like you go pussy and give it all that strength. But then for the dick, you just call it a penis, like we at a doctor's office. Turn your head and cough, sir. Let me see your penis.
Okay, you prefer pussy and dick. Okay.
Yeah, put some respect on it.
All right.
Give it some plurifiers.
Here we go.
It's a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm spending bucks.
Right.
Give me
But
some
you're
pussy.
right. But you're right. Then it changes the expectation, right? Because if a man is out of all this money energy units, these money, which is real energy, his hard-earned money that you now have been able to lay claim to by the food you ordered and the wine you ordered or whatever else is involved, then it creates an imbalance because you're not going to tend to be out of money if he's the kind of man that wants to pay for the date. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's a win-win. And when I do Mentality, which was my men only love relationships course, and I introduce this to them, or a man has a date with a woman who's been introduced to Dabrina's modern courtship, they love it. I've never had a man say, no, Dabrina, I want to spend more money in the first date when I don't even know what kind of woman she is.
You're not going to.
So, yeah, they love it because they get to start at lower money energy units. And then a woman feels there's less pressure. It's a win for everybody. Then if it doesn't work out, nobody has to feel crunchy. Nobody has to ghost each other. It's like, hey, it's been rich. It was an hour and some smoothie. You're good. So
here's another button that should go on the forehead.
Okay, yes. What's another one?
You have a refund button.
Okay.
You have a good date, no refund.
And a great date.
Okay, great date, no money back. You can spend more time with me.
Yes.
How about this one? I will give you more money to just fuck and you go away. That's a button that got to be up there because that's what's wrong with the game right now, that there are women who are legitimately monetizing their bodies. It's just not direct cash. They're like, how fancy is the date? How good of a time am I having? What kind of food did I eat? Am I getting to take some home? Do I get a purse? Do I get a thing? And then you for sure can have some butt. You can have it, sir. I might not ever call you
Pussy
again.
energy units.
Yeah, but it's for sale.
But is that, and then you just have serial dating.
Yeah, but ask women, just the same way we asked you, are you a good date and worth a refund button? Have you been on a date, or fellas, have you been on a date where you're like, this ain't gonna go nowhere, but the reason I wanted to be on this date, or at least what a part of it, like I would have loved to appreciate this woman for her mind, body, soul, spirit, and pussy, but all that other shit is deteriorated, but that ass is still fat. So I've already paid $200 for this ridiculously priced date. I'm already out of the money. I'm already out of the time. Tell you what, for $600, I don't want to hear from you no more, but I still get that pussy. Would you press that button? Ladies, would you be surprised if you're sitting on a date across from a man? Do you feel objectified, or where you're like, I know he's going to try to, you know what I'm saying? He would rather pay me 3 times this date to just have me and never talk to me again. And if that's the going rate, why not just say that? Save everybody time and stress and pressure.
Well, that's going on too.
Oh man, it's
right?
ridiculous.
It's going on too, and it's terrible. But that's the transaction mode so many of us are in, but it is not working. I mean, we can say it is short term. It might be if all we're about is trying to get some pussy and dick together, but that's really,
hold on.
but that's,
or just some money and a come up. There's women out here that don't pay for dinner,
right?
Nor do they have the funds to eat the way that they're eating on their dates.
Right.
They would not go.
That's why I say using men. Using men. Absolutely. Right. Using men. And
then the whole time they're going on all them dates, they got a bottom. They got a guy that they've been dealing with for years that they're not going to take serious, but they have been physical with.
Yeah.
They'll go on a $300 date with you, waste all your time, money, and energy, And at the end of the night when they get home, he's already in the parking lot sitting there playing with his phone. All right, you made it home from your date, I'm coming up. And that's the name of the game. Any woman is like, I need a roster. I'm not going to be empty-handed. And that's what's wrong now. Women are like, I don't see a man in this market for me. How are you in a market with over 440,000 people in it talking about ain't no men here? Right. But you have the audacity to say you can make your perfect man up with 3 or 4 people. I got a guy that is a giver and he'll do acts of service for me. So if my washer breaks down or I get a flat tire, I know who to call. I got a guy as crazy as a motherfucker. So if something needs to go to the escalation of violence, you can call him and he'll come through tearing up shit. You got a guy who you know will blow your back out anytime you call him. He's the one with the least amount of money. Then you got a guy with some money who will rain and shower gifts. And this is who you're the closest to and spending the most time with around birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, gift-giving days. That's who you're warming up. You're texting him the most because you want to get some good gifts. Then you got your fat guy who's always going out to eat and does not mind you in his company and will feed you until you're the same size as him. Then you got your super fun guy who's always... Are
we at number 6?
Yes.
We're already at number 6 guy.
This guy knows what's
Most women ain't got a roster like this, by the way. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, they might not have it this extensive or it's 2 people, but you got the guy that you know you can text him like, what's cracking? What's going on? Right? Then you got a guy you'll never be intimate with. This is your gay friend. This is who you just confide in, and you kind of get a lens of the man's mentality by talking to your gay friend. But he gay. Y'all both like dick. Okay? Then you got another guy. This is not somebody you're dating at all. This is a confidant or a family member or an uncle or a cousin or somebody who weighs in on all the men, and how come nobody is worth your time or energy, effort, or whatever, and they second with you not finding or settling with anyone. Here's another one you got. You don't even actively pursue or talk to this person, but this is someone who acts like a boyfriend when you're around them. They're your work husband, work boyfriend. This is a person who you would not marry. You don't see yourself being with them, but you keep them in a friend zone, and they're just in your life, always around. But you will
glad to help you out.
Yeah, you have no interest in ever being intimate, but you won't release this person to go find the better person for them. But you don't want to be empty-handed, so you keep this person strung along. And after a big relationship breaks up or something, this is the first person you call. Hey, take me out. Let's go do something. You ain't even thinking about getting no nothing. You just want to go out and be
shoulder to cry on.
Shoulder to cry on. And he trying to turn it into something more than that. And you know he is.
Right.
And you're just establishing boundaries with him.
He's hoping.
And then when you get home from the date with him, you call Mr. Back Blowout, and he comes through. Ain't seen you in a couple years, but I got that same dick for you. Well, where you been? Oh, with my family, my kids. But he's there for you. This is a guy you've been smashing since senior year of high school. Y'all been smashing 14 years, off and on. You might go the full summer smashing like crazy, then stop. Then 2 years go by, you don't. Then you bump into each other, then right back at it like it never stopped. This is where we're at right now.
Yeah. With
the women.
Sad commentary.
So if a man is going to say, I want to be serious about courtship, it takes an evolution, a growth, and a maturity.
Absolutely.
To say, I don't need a bunch of bitches. Because, a man that's in that same player element is going to be like, I got one with crazy titties. I got one with a crazy ass. I got one she got money and she spoils me. I got one that, you know what I'm saying, can suck a penny off the ocean floor from the surface of the ocean. I got one who can cook her ass off. I'm ever hungry. I'm talking 3 a.m. I can have literally a 3-course meal. She will get up and make it for me. Right? You'll never take her out. She too big to be out in public with you. You embarrassed.
Whew.
But she will get up and clang them pots and pans together for you. And sometimes that be the same. Some of them traits be the same, but you juggling too. So when you have that evolution of growth as a man, and you're like, I would like to focus my energy on one woman at a time. Herein lies where this could potentially be a solution. But we're lost right now.
We are.
And the reason we're lost right now is because everybody's acting like they're doing this already.
Doing what already?
Your version of this.
Oh, no, we're not.
Yes. The ones that aren't, it's blatant. Right? Like, it's blatant. Like, I went on a date with a young lady some time ago. I told you about it. And I said I wasn't going to make this about the stuff I like, but this directly applies.
Okay.
I went to pick her up to go on a date. We didn't know where the date was going to be. We just knew we wanted to get a bite to eat.
Okay.
I'm dressed wearing a Seattle Seahawks jersey and some jeans, thinking we're going to maybe Joey's at South Center at the nicest of that we're going.
Yeah.
We end up at Bellevue Square, and we are going up no less than 2 elevators and 4 escalators, damn near to heaven. And the higher we go,
Yep.
the clientele I see coming down
Yes.
is wearing nicer stuff.
Yes.
Tuxedos.
Yes.
Gowns.
Yes.
I'm underdressed the higher we go up into this building. I'm like, where
Yes.
are we going?
And I know where you're talking
Was it
about.
called Ascend?
Yes.
It's called Ascend.
For a reason.
Because it's at the top of the place. And also the prices ascend.
Ascend,
I'm
yes.
talking about a $45 plate of yellowtail sashimi on white rice as a pre-entree, a pre-appetizer before you're even seated in the seat you're going to be. You come in and they seat you on one side. And would you guys like a starter just to hold you? And she's like, yeah, let me get the yellowtail sashimi. No menu. I'm like, oh, you've been here before. Right?
That's the place you go where you're not paying, by the way,
People
if you're
are
a woman.
proposing
Okay.
in the background.
Yeah, that's anniversary proposals.
It's the nicest, and it overlooks the entire city. It's got a skyline. You can see the sunset. And so I was like very underdressed and already being smashed over the head by pre-appetizer. And I have the money. I'm fine. I can handle whatever this young lady was going to throw at that menu or that waiter, I can handle. But at a point, I'm like, oh, we're fucking after this. This is, okay, because this is a car note that you just ordered.
Right.
And I know you ain't got the money like that.
Right.
You're stunning, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you have a good head on your shoulders, but you're using all your powers for evil right now, bitch.
Yes.
So... $45 plate of yellowtail sashimi, and then ma'am, would you like some champagne or wine? Yeah, oh sure. We are at $75
and
we have a seat yet.
Haven't even gone to the dining room.
Then we're in the dining room and it continues. She orders like she's got somebody's black card.
And I was upset with you too.
No, I was upset with me too.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to punk out. As we're going up all these escalators to be like, I'm sorry, we need to go back down.
Now, the thing is you also, because
we walked past 30 restaurants.
Right. But I had to
30
ask,
restaurants.
and I asked you about that, and you didn't. This was your first time going to this particular place at that time.
This was my first time going on a date with her.
And I'm like, oh, she got you. She got you.
Bopped over the head.
Yes.
And so I'm like, well,
all
damn,
out of order.
If you don't like me at all, say that. Don't just come and have this full
use
meal
my money.
Yeah. And we weren't even to the seats yet. And some of the conversation we were having, I was like, we're not equally yoked. Like, you're not who I would want to be my wife or the bearer of my children based on the conversation we're having already. Like, she was a lesbian in her last relationship. The reason she was in this state in this market was to pursue love with this woman. So I'm like, are you bisexual now, or what's going on with that? Because that's a spirit that you have. You like women. And so what's up with that?
Right.
And I am dating men because I do want children, and that's obviously impossible if I'm with women. I'm like, so you just want to have a kid and then run back to women?
You just want a sperm donor? What?
So what are we doing? And why are you? We're $100 in here. We didn't have to do this if you want to practice having kids.
Right.
All that goddamn ass. We could have just went. we could have still been lower, way a lot less escalators.
Down on the first floor, yes.
So I'm finding out like what her motivation for being on that date is and my motivation for being on that date. I also did not feel like she found me as attractive as I found her.
Okay.
Right? Because the candlelight, she was just a beautiful woman.
Yes.
I'm talking, she walks in and turns heads. She caught my eye at a brunch and she was dressed like she was about to go hoop. I said, God damn. I'm talking about bad. I'm talking about you're at a Mary J. Blige concert and look up to section 301 and go, who the fuck is that? She's that bad. But is she going to use that? Women are monetizing their beauty. That's where we're at now. Yeah. Because if she's wrong for that, and I would tell that to my own nieces or anybody that had any influence over how they behave. Do not use somebody liking you. Don't use them.
Well, it's a user. We have been reduced, and we've reduced it to a user culture.
Yes, but here's the only thing I want to make to it is it's fine to go to Ascend if you regularly go to Ascend. In my opinion, if that's how you eat, if this is the lifestyle you always maintain and hold, then if I'm stepping into your world, that's just how we're going to move now, fine. Ascend was a lot for me and a lot for this young lady. When I say a lot, I mean like a rare outing,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Had I been courting Oprah, Ascend is like, bring out the sashimi. Like, it's nothing to Oprah.
Yes.
Now it's like, okay, now I'm in her normal, but you're behaving abnormal because you're in my wallet,
Right.
and already.
Yep.
You have no intention of me benefiting energy from it.
Yep.
Any form of energy.
Right.
We're not talking about money over the date where I could possibly make some money to replace what we just did, or
none of that.
Also, you're taking up my time, so I can't be making money at the time of hustling. You ain't never had the intention of giving me no pussy. And then what else is there?
Right.
There was a lack of physical touch. There was a low connection. There was, you know what I'm saying? Other than
I
being
understand.
absolutely
Yes.
beautiful
That's why I was upset with you.
and thicker than a mother. But again, I was okay with going to Legion and there's a lot of Bellevue is there's a lot of restaurant choice. We walked through a restaurant court.
Yes, a food court. You have to go through a food court to get to Ascend.
We went through a food court where we could have stopped and got any delicacy from anywhere.
Right.
From halal to Korean bibimbap.
Yep.
And
Tex-Mex, everything, whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, Vietnamese, you got it.
I'm slowing down. I'm starting to look for a seat. She's like, oh no, we're still going up. Okay. We passed another restaurant.
Yep.
Oh no, we're still going up. I said, girl, where are we going to see Jesus?
And she knew how to get there because it's like a damn labyrinth to get to Ascend. I said she's been there before and she has never paid when she's gone. You got taken, bro.
Never looked for a sign. Never. Here's the thing. My car is complicated. I have a BMW i7. And the way to get in and out of it is not normal. Like, you don't just grab the door and there's a handle there. You press a button in front of your kneecap, in front of you, and then the door pops open. When I picked her up and we got out of the restaurant, I'm talking 10 times out of 10, somebody's like, okay, how do I get out of here? She was like, boop. And when I picked her up, she was like, boop, bop, 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 and the seat started massaging her. I was like, okay, who the fuck's car have you been in? Okay. And that's fine if that guy got some pussy, because now you feel comfortable. Now it's the same kind of car, different guy. What we doing? Now I'm trying to figure. And here's the thing, ladies, you got to understand. A man will want the world. He'll even when we see you and we want to go out, unless he's just a stone cold dog, he wants everything. He sees a whole future with you. Why waste his time? He could be playing video games with his boys or doing something that he wants to do. He's gonna put all that down to go out with you. This is about more than just some pussy. If this is a mature man. When you fuck the date up or you're so one way that's opposite, like, he's like, well, at the least I'm gonna do is get some ass.
Because you're looking, and the reason is because you are looking to balance out the energy units.
Yes.
So it does not work. That's why the way we've been dating, I don't care what we say, what we reduced it to is not working. It's not working for the women and it's not working for the men. Now, if you're just talking about, buying some dick and buying some pussy, and if that's what we're doing now, saying that's okay and that works for our mind, our body, our spirit, our soul, and that's what we're doing, it's a lie. So if we really, and really it does take a complete overhaul of how we been doing it. I agree with you, bro, on that. It's going to take a revolution and an evolution. But we can do it. I really believe we can. And the reason I say that is because I have seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women graduate from my Love Academy, and I've seen them go out into the dating world and have a completely different experience after learning Sabrina's modern courtship and understanding how to be a great date, that button you talked about, right? Not just a good date, a great date. And being a great date isn't about how much money a man outlays. It's not about, did you go to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse or did you go to Chipotle? It's about, what is his experience when he's with you? And does he want to be in your energy again? And you don't need to be out of $180 or $350, or for you at Ascend, my goodness, it's probably up there near $420, because I knew how much it was when we went there with a group of us. And so you don't need that outlay of money to know that. So it's a complete redirect. It's about being more truthful. It's about coming out of this sick, toxic swirl of what dating has been reduced to, and it's coming back into a more honoring way to do it, and it's a win-win, and we're either going to do it or we're going to not do it and keep having anger and fallout and treating each other like enemies. And I mean, it's a trip at where things have been reduced to now, the amount of anger. between men and women. And a lot of it is how we have been doing this dating, because that's where it starts. You date and then you perhaps go on to be engaged and you perhaps go on to be married. So the way we've been dating has been so dishonorable, and it's gotten reduced to being a user transaction, and it ain't working no matter how cute we want to make it sound.
So how do we fix it? Because there is you reap. It's beneficial.
You reap what you sow. Yes.
I get you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
But the reason they're users is because they benefit from it. Somebody done came through with the rent money.
Yeah, short term. Well, I'll tell you how because I've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you how because I've been doing it.
Tell them
because
how.
Because men want to please us. Men want a woman who is fun. Men want to experience a woman who's a great date. It's not that complicated.
When I said tell them how, did you receive that as tell the women or tell the audience?
I'm talking to women right now.
Okay.
Because if a man wants to please you, and at this moment we still tend to look to a man to outlay the money to cover the date, right? Even though we may make the same amount or I may make more than you. However, we still will look to a man to pay, and nothing's wrong with that. Okay? I'm not saying there's anything inherently wrong with that. But what keeps it, I won't even say fair, what keeps it balanced, because you're not outlaying money, energy, units. And as women, we got to be aware of what is equal exchange. So being a great date, for example, not just a good date, but a great date. And when you're a great date, a man will let you know, because he also will want to see you again. And he's not going to say, I'll give you a call tomorrow. He's trying to lock it up and lock it in and get it set while he's still in your company, if you're a great date. And so I have hundreds of women that have come through my Love Academy, and I introduce them to Brenda's Modern Courtship. Okay, let me share with you the premise. It's really about getting to know each other, not just in theory, not just in word, but for real. So there's a way that you engage. There is a process for which you engage. It's really simple and it's win-win. And so I'm excited to be able to say that absolutely shifts can be created, because men respond to us. So if a woman understands Brenda's Modern Courtship and he says, hey, would you like to go to dinner? And she says, yes, at some point, let's start with, that will cause his eyebrows to raise, because most women are trying to get to dinner on the first date at a nice place and with more of his money outlaid. So it's a completely different paradigm. I love that word, a completely different paradigm. And it's going to take some unlearning, some undoing of this old transaction way we've been doing dating, and this user, excuse me, this user culture that we've devolved to. But the good news is we can learn a new way, because it feels good, it's honorable, it's win-win. And there's at least
again, just feeling honorable. Is honor a stronger impetus, a stronger effect than the come up of using?
Well, see, we can do things, but that doesn't mean that there's not a consequence. It doesn't mean that there's not a toll. That doesn't mean that there is not residue. That doesn't mean that there's not damage done. So while we are doing the user culture, we can say what we want. We can put words on it to make it sound good and call it casual sex and call it this, and well, men do it, and so we do it, and all that. And it is literally shredding us on the inside. I don't care what anybody says. I'm sitting here dealing with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women and tens and tens and tens and tens of men. So the way we have been doing it has not been working.
Hold on. Tell me about these. What's the other side of it?
Of which part?
What's the downside of all the using? Because right now, somebody listening to this is going to be like, my rent is paid off these niggas. I'm going to keep running it up.
Here's the downside. Sir, I just took a pregnancy test, and what? I mean, and that's happening.
They monetize that.
Left and right.
Hey, give me $5,000 and I won't have a baby. That happened to my homeboy.
So the using continues.
Right. So
yeah, the using breeds more using.
So why not do it? What are you saying are the consequences of it, other than some moral?
I'm going to tell you, there's.
Oops, a baby. What? Like
even if a woman says, "Give me $5,000, I won't have the baby," or "I'm going to have this baby and you pay me this much in child support," that is not the condition, no matter how cute she may make it sound, that she wants. That she has a child, and now instead of having a real man who helped her make this baby and then raising this child, that she just gets some Benjamins with some symbols on it. That is not what she wants. Now, she may finagle for that, but that's not what she wants. And that's not how she's made. That's not how her spirit is created. That's not how her heart is created. None of her is created for that to be your go-to, like single mother, but just give me dollars and that's going to be sufficient. No. Or buy the baby expensive clothes and that's going to be sufficient. No, it isn't. Now, you might be trying to make the most of the situation, but that is not the situation you want to be in. You might try to make it sound glamorous. Well, girl, he pays me. And that's really a lie to say that really truly works for you, because it doesn't. And it doesn't, and it doesn't, and it doesn't. So we get to be more truthful. This is going to require us being truthful. And I'm, and I'm talking to the women. I'm going to give you an example. Like, in Love Academy, I will ask women, so tell me, what is it you want in a man?
And what they say? Well,
every woman has a what she wants in a man list, and the list sounds just the same. She wants a man who loves God. She wants a man who is financially independent. She wants a man who's honest, who has humor. It's the same, loves his mama. I could take that same list and take it to any major city. I'm talking black folks here, any major city, and the list looks exactly the same. And if a woman has been told to be clear, her list will be longer. But then I say to the women, and most women, they do want to be in a long-term committed, what I call juicy relationship. And many of us want to be in a long-term juicy covenant marriage relationship. So that same woman who has 11, 12, 15 things on her list, and she knows that list in and out. And I will say, okay, sis, so now since you got 15 on your list of what you want in a man, I need you to rattle off 15 characteristics and qualities that would make you an asset.
How many?
However many are on her list, I give her that same number back. So if she has 12 on her list, give me 12 back. How are you an asset?
Okay.
And that's when they stumble, fumble, and mumble, because the whole dating culture is about treating the man as a commodity, saying, here's the requirements I have of him. The same woman who might say, I want a man who's financially sound. And I'll say, well, hon, how much do you have in your savings? And where is your credit score right now? And, I said, so there's so much hypocrisy. And I'm working with the women because I'm working to help us get straightened out. That's who I'm putting most of my energy into. And then I also do a lot of work with brothers who are ready to come out of the mess. But in terms of numbers, I'm working mainly with women. And just to be a woman who's speaking truthfully to them, where their arguments and their defensiveness and all that doesn't fly with me.
You break that down.
Oh, absolutely.
That's that grace I was talking about when I was giving you them roses.
Oh, thank you, honey. Right. So then I will say to the women, so share with me, you got 12 on your list you want him to have, and he has to be at a 10. He can't be on the way to financial independence. He can't be on the way to loving God. He got to be at a 10. I said, but when's the last time you sat down and actually had some sacred prayer time with you and God? So much hypocrisy. So I'm able to call it out using their list, first of all, and then I'm able to say, okay, now share with me 12 ways you're an asset to a man.
You bring it to the table.
Which is different, because now we think material when we think bring to the table.
Not necessarily. I look at that metaphorically, but I can't.
Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
I can't speak for the average thinker when they hear that, but metaphorically, I hear what you bring in.
But what women will tend to go to, that's why I don't use that language. What do you bring to the table? I don't use that language ever, 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 because what she'll start to rattle off is all her Western American achievement career stuff. Well, I have 2 houses, and she's going to start bringing all her material and career achievements to the table. And when we're talking about a relationship, a love relationship, ultimately That is not what keeps it together, and that's not what makes it juicy. And
Nor
so
is
that's
that what men are seeing as attractive.
that's right. So when she starts rattling all that stuff off, like, beating her chest, that's bring that extra masculine energy, which is going to repel against his masculine energy. So I don't use the language, what do you bring into the table? Because then they'll kick in to that, well, I have this and I have that and I have that. And that ain't working for us. So when I say, tell me how you're an asset, it requires them to move into a different part of their brain and say, wait, hold up. She's not asking me what I bring to the table. Oh, I got an answer for that. I can give you 15 things. But when I say, how are you an asset? Do you know how a man is made? Do you know how a spirit works? Do you know how a man ticks? Tell me what makes you an asset. Now, that same chick who could rattle off 15 things when the question was, what do you bring to the table? I build the table and all that stuff. Then she's fumbling, mumbling, stumbling, silent, because no one has asked her that question. And then I say, and do you know what to a man would be perceived as an asset? Oh, then she gets doubly confused because she's been talking to other women about men, not to men about men.
Preach.
Do you hear me?
Absolutely.
That's why in Love Academy, my highest level called Preparation for Partnership, I have a man panel. And the reason all the men say to me when I ask them, friends that are married, friends that are divorced, single men, I like diversity, men from 25 up to 65, they all say yes right away because I tell them I've already prepped my students to close their mouths and ask you questions and listen. And as soon as I say, I'm in, because they're so used to the rebuke, the rebuttal, the argument, the talking over.
Combative. Defensive.
And defensive. And a man just answered the question, and then you going to try to change his mind when he told you his answer. So that's why I say, before the man panel starts, ladies, you get to ask questions. And that's it. If a man says something and you need clarification, you can ask a question to be sure you're clear. But we're not having arguments. And that's not how my students roll anyway, because they know I don't roll that way. But most women, and a lot of women have even broken down in tears after the man panel, and we release the men off the Zoom call because they have never been in the presence of 12 to 15 Black men with this much diversity in age and relationship, and had a chance to ask them questions and hear the heart of Black men. And the heart of Black men is so beautiful, but they've never been in a group like that. And the men thank me, Debrina, thank you so much for inviting me, because they often haven't been in a group with a group of women where they're heard and they're listened to.
So it's an equal exchange.
Well, it's where women get to listen for a change.
So now,
because oftentimes we will overtalk you and use many more words in a conversation than you do about love relationships. And so for the men to know that the women are going to actually listen, then they're very forthcoming. Then they're sharing their hearts. They're not being uncommunicative, as some women would characterize men. Now they're sharing from their hearts. They're being disclosing. They're being truthful. And it's because they know they're not going to be attacked. They're not going to be argued with, because I have prepped the women to be sure none of that shows up in this space. So, and then the other thing that's so amazing, that when we're having the debrief after the man panel is over, the women say, every answer any man gave, it was amazing how the other ones were in agreement with it. It wasn't 12 different opinions on something, and now you're like confused. So one brother would answer, he says, just like Brother Nate said, like Brother Michael said. I said, so ladies, do you see that there is a strong trend in the agreement among men? It isn't all over the place. So how come we've made this so complicated? Because you're talking to other confused, unhealed women about men, instead of going to men who have started to do their work, who can put some communication and language on things, and love Black women, and they're not all about the things that you've been convinced they're about. And these are real Black men telling you, now that you're coming to listen and not argue, they're sharing truthfully with you. And they're all in agreement.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you'll do it, I'll have you back. We can call this a series or whatever.
Okay.
But you just poked at, in quick reference, something that I think needs to be its own episode.
Okay. What's that?
You said women are getting advice from unhealed women. So I want to talk about what do you mean when you say unhealed?
Okay.
How does somebody become unhealed?
Okay.
How do they
start
heal?
to heal? Come on now, yes.
And so that it's not just about pointing out what's wrong.
Right.
Now
correct.
We're partially through a solution to the gray area and what's wrong. We've now established thoroughly the concept of energy points.
Energy units, yes.
Energy units.
Yes.
And now that we know precisely what it is, we're in our 50th minute and these are an hour.
Okay.
Okay. But what I want now is for you to make it full circle and to use the part that I interjected and asked for more definition on what energy units were.
Yeah.
To finish that thought from 40 minutes ago.
So what it might look like, what the gradations might look like?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So I am a huge advocate of starting with a date that's 1 hour. Now, whether that is going to sit on a park bench, whether that's taking a walk around the park, whether that's going to get some coffee or tea or a smoothie or fresh juice, whatever, it's 1 hour. 60 minutes of energy units for you, 60 minutes of energy units for him. And the notion is also low money energy units for him because most likely the amount is going to be paying. If after 1 hour, and an hour is enough time to know whether you want to be back in someone's company and you all agree to get together again because you were a great date and it wasn't about how much money was outlaid or how long the date was, you were a great date in the 1 hour or however much time that initial date was, then the next one you could then increase. You increase what? The amount of time, that's an energy unit. And also, maybe you started with smoothies. Now you maybe move to breakfast. So now it's 90 minutes. Then you might move to happy hour. But you create space for the date to increase energy units inside of. It's called gradations, and it works. Then you move to the evening. Don't start in the evening, which is what happens in the current dating culture. You advance. You move forward to a date in the evening. And that might not be till date 3 or date 4 or date 2, but not date 1. So now you have a pathway so that you incrementally increase the time energy units and the money energy units. And if in fact you were truly trying to get to know him, which when I say to women, so why do we date? To try to get to know him. Then I ask, what kind of questions are you posing? And it's not questions to try to get to know him. It's questions to fill his biography in. So where do you work? So where do you go to school? So where do you live? Those aren't the kind of questions that have you really get to know a man, his essence, his character, what shaped him, his story, his values, his life perspective, his life outlook, his life philosophy.
I find it interesting. Two things. One, women do that. And they're basically it's like they're filling out a worksheet.
Yeah.
Of like.
They are. Fill in the blank. Check. I call it scorecarding, internal scorecarding.
Right. Who, what, where, when.
Yes.
And I'm filling in all this who, what, where, when.
Yes.
And really get to know somebody's
shallow.
essence. But to get to know somebody's essence and all that, it's kind of the why.
Yeah. And what?
We're not getting to the why. It's just who, what, where you work.
Right. Oh, where'd you go to school?
Where you go to school? How many kids you got?
Yeah, where do you live? Yeah. Have you been married
What
before?
high school you went to?
Yeah, it's like
None
fill
of
in
it
the
is
blank.
Why? And like, or really just a deeper essence. So I get that. Then me personally, I don't know, maybe it's because of just being a comedian that now is popping or whatever. But I'll get women that will say, I want to meet the Nate that's not on stage. Like everyone knows Nate, I want to meet Nathaniel. I'm like, hold up. First of all, nobody's whole naming me. You know what I mean? I don't even know you, woman. Goddamn Nathaniel. You know what I'm saying?
Whole naming you.
Right.
Ooh.
What are you doing?
That's like someone using my nickname. You don't nickname. You don't use my
You don't
nickname.
know me?
You're not in that circle.
But they say that, and I'm like, but if you truly knew me, you would understand how much of me is what I do and how much of what I do is who I am.
Right.
The career. I'm not just fucking around on stage.
No,
I am giving people all. You want to get to know me?
This
Watch
is
all
a
these
mission.
videos.
This is a mission. We're Jacksons.
Yeah.
There isn't this separation like if you work for someone during the day and you're a different person when you get off work. Yeah. It's integrated. This is an expression of my gifts, talents, skills, abilities, my God-given assignment in the earth. This is an expression of me, what my business is. I just happen to generate dollars as a vehicle.
Man, I'm so glad you put it that way. That is,
Yes.
That's even a relief to hear because I
Yes.
have been trying to figure out what in the hell are the words to express that same thing, but I continue to get the energy of, I want to know the you that ain't you on stage and all that. I'm like, bruh, I don't know what else I'm supposed to give you, because I give everything to the stage.
Right.
I say my thoughts, feelings, goals, impressions, my interpretation of other people's discourses and lives they're leaving. I'm putting comedy in it, but hell, if you can't figure out who I am and what I believe in and what I think,
right,
then I don't know what to tell. You want to sit next to me while I go fishing the one time in 5 years I have time to do it?
Right.
What do you mean?
Right.
So
but,
say that again. Your business. Your what?
So
now, I want that part where you was rattling off fingers.
So a long time ago, because I think someone has said to me, and it was not a man. I think it was another woman who was an employee, had never owned her own business, had never generated her income for direct offer to market of her gift, talent, skills, and abilities. It always been supporting someone else's vision, called AT&T or Boeing or Microsoft or Amazon. But that puts a wall up between you and your client because you work for someone else. And I realized as an entrepreneur, there is no wall. This business is a vehicle that allows me to express, contribute, and offer my gifts, talents, skills, and abilities in a package in a way that there can be an exchange of reciprocal dollars for it. And that's a mindset. That's a certain consciousness. So if you're out to dinner with me, or you call up and say, Debrina, how are you doing? I'm not only going to talk with you about, how my husband is doing or how my daughters are doing, because it's an inherent and integral part of my makeup.
Go ahead.
I'm also going to be talking with you about my enterprise.
Golly.
Come on there with my enterprise.
And so it's sabotaging that if you ask me how I'm doing and I get to talking about the things, the irons that I have in the fire, right?
Right.
This happened to me before, and I did not know how to take. I was befuddled.
Right, befuddled.
Which rarely happens.
You don't get befuddled often.
Well, I was like, what the fuck? But my ex at one point was like, you don't talk to me about the stuff you're doing all day.
Oh.
Well, I'm like, you don't show enough interest in it for me to do that.
Right.
So then I put effort into telling her about these things, and then she had the audacity to flip it and say, all you talk about is that stuff. That, I was like,
oh my goodness.
That is the effect of the cause you asked for.
Yes.
I could talk about that much less. I can talk about whatever you want to talk. And so men that are entrepreneurs or have the entrepreneurial spirit, I think women need to understand, if you ain't never built nothing, you're already on the outside of it. You don't understand the sense of completion, crossing off to-do list items. And first of all, I just read a post that tons of men are agreeing with.
Okay.
Even non-entrepreneurs.
Okay.
The post said, it was by a girl.
Okay.
She said, ladies, you need to understand, men will go on a trip with you. They will take you somewhere. They'll go on vacation with you. But after day 2, they are itching to get back to their hustle or their grind or make some money so bad that they can barely even stand looking at you. Don't go on a trip for more than 2 days with a man, because now it's you versus everything in his life that's pulling towards him. And you're not enough to compete.
A successful man, because the women want them.
I hear you.
Okay.
That'll be another caveat. That.
Okay.
Then thousands of men, entrepreneurs, non-entrepreneurs, successful, unsuccessful, all of them are like, exactly.
Amen. Yes.
I might not have 2 pennies to rub together, but if I'm out here with your ass, I can't go try to get it.
Spending money, not making it.
And that's the number. Like, yeah, man, I'm over here spending money on you, and you ain't, like, God damn. Like, and it was so many. I'm talking about brothers just unloading paragraphs into the comments.
Yes.
And then they didn't get it all out in one because there's a character limit. There's another comment following that. Like, people are, man. So I saw that post, and it brings it all full circle to be like, you got a man that's an entrepreneur that's chasing his dreams.
Yes.
Instead of trying to figure out how to integrate into that process of some kind of way, to figure out where you fit or what is convenient or what is comfortable, you're coming in with some weird ass Disney expectation of how much time a man is supposed to. And then the worst thing you could say, and I hate to say this because there is truth to it, but that if he wants to, he will bullshit. Ain't nobody too busy to send a text. Ain't nobody too busy. Yeah, there's truth to that. But at the same time, are you worth him stopping?
If a man is in his zone, men have single-minded focus. If a man is in his zone, he isn't going to stop in the middle of his day like a woman does. When she thinks about a man, she'll stop and text right then. Men will stop, think about her, and then say, I'll text her after I finish this deal, this transaction. Okay?
Yes.
So it doesn't mean he's not thinking about you. Women and men are made very differently. But I want to come back to that comment because I know our time's almost
Another
up.
episode alert.
Okay, but I want to come back to that
Yes,
comment.
but you just said something else. You're brilliant enough to hold on to that. We're not going to miss that comment that you want to come back to.
Okay.
But the other episode
don't
we
think
have
I'll
to
forget.
do,
Okay.
have to do,
Okay.
is the difference between men and women and how we
Oh,
work.
Lord, yes.
All right, now the comment you wanted to address.
Okay, then this will be quick. So, the woman who says, "I want to know the Nate, not the one on stage," right? But if she knows how to ask questions that really are her trying to understand the Nate, the version of you, because that's a version of you, but it's all still a part of you. But you want to understand a little bit more about the version not on the stage. Well, then ask a question that will give you a chance to share your heart. So, Nate, when did you first have a desire to be a comedian? Take me back. And you're going to reminisce, and then you're going to talk about sitting up on the top of that abandoned restaurant and envisioning about you having a comedy club and what made you want to have a comedy club. Well, tell me about the roses. How did that inspiration come about? And then you will be speaking from the point of essence and inspiration and how your spirit got moved. And it's the same dude on stage, but it's a different version of him. And because you are asking questions that show that you're trying to get to know the man, not just the performer, let's call it that, your questions reveal that. And then when you listen and then ask a follow-up question that reveals that you really do give a damn and that you're really listening, it is an anomaly for men. Because women usually ask one question and they don't ask further questions. And he goes, "Oh, okay." So he keeps his answer shallow. So any rate, I just wanted to say that's how she really has the ability to get to know the Nate not on stage by the questions she asks, not the fill in the blank ones.
Right.
And then the follow-up questions that show she really is invested and cares.
Which I get. But my end of it is, and I truly do get that.
Yeah.
My end of it is,
Yeah.
okay, but why?
Why what?
What makes you think you're worth my time to slow down enough to tell you anything more than what you already seen on stage? If I don't have a genuine interest in you in any way, shape, why am I doing this non-recorded podcast with your ass? That's what that is. Why am I doing
Well, I'm not talking about teeing it up like a podcast, but I just mean in the course of the natural.
Trust me,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Okay, all
you should
right.
organically prod for deeper questions and listening and let the answers you get lead to the next thing. When I said I got that, I got that.
Okay, got it.
What I'm saying is, you want let me see this other side of you. Let me look behind the curtain. What's my motivation for letting you see the Wizard of Oz? Why? Okay, so you've asked great questions. You've gotten great answers. I'm mentally stimulated. Okay. Now what?
Right.
And what do I want? Like, okay, perfect date. We talk, we laugh. There's some depth to it. You appreciate me for who I am. I appreciate you for who you are. We connect on a mental level because there's a sapiosexual aspect to how I'm getting to know you and get a feel for who you are.
Yes.
We have a great date. I'm like, cool, I would love it. I don't mind the time I spent with you.
That's right.
Now, you want to make it something that I desire to do again? Not just I don't mind it if it happened organically, I do it again.
Desire. Let's talk about
Because I'll say,
Yeah.
hey, this was fun. I'm glad that this happened. If my schedule aligns with your schedule and the stars align and there's a pink moon or whatever, I'm down to do this again. I won't run from this happening again.
Right.
Now, there's a difference between that and me being like, I need to line the stars up myself.
That's
I
right.
need a pink moon. I need to make it so that
Yes.
I can be in this woman's space. What are
Yeah.
you doing that makes me go again,
Yes.
that I'm reaching for you instead of just being like, well, I'm open to it.
Right.
And for me, I want to bust a nut too. I want to bust a nut.
But now, hang on.
Holding me hostage with your pussy, bitch. Bust a nut.
So what would keep you coming back and the pussy is not on the table?
Nothing.
You wouldn't come back for a second date
Fuck that.
or a third date.
Fuck that. No.
Not even a third.
No, and this is why women dangle pussy, because they know men ain't coming back unless there's the carrot dangling version of this pussy. I'll let you see it this time. Next time you can touch it. I'll let you touch it this time. Next time you can smell it. I'll let you smell it next time. Next time you can blow a kiss at it. Next time I'll let you. Nigga, you out of $40,000. Ain't even got no pussy. Nah, run that pussy, because what's the difference between a user? What's the difference between a user and somebody who's not a user? The not user is already giving up was supposedly is your prize. You're taking my most valuable stuff, my time, my effort, my energy, my money, and I get nothing from it. When your most valuable asset you sit on and you don't use it with me because I'm not worthy, or you're not ready for it, or you got a whole nother person knocking your back out that I don't know about. The number one way for a man to see through all the bullshit is to just, is she fucking? If she ain't giving you the butt. And then that's where you get the women that are just floozies and they fucking, and they don't care about none of the other stuff, and they start to get gray. It's another episode we talk about. But I'll say this. I'll say this. Yeah, I want some of that. I want some of them guts. If I'm already doing all that other stuff, we're already spending that kind of time. Like, I should not also leave from this place feeling unsatisfied in other ways. When you're happy, plus you're going in a house to a high-powered, scientifically developed, engineer-built rose that's going to blow your brains out that I don't have in my house. You can take care of yourself. I can't. I got to just go home and grab myself with the same ashy-ass hand. But you get to go back to a scientific anomaly and put it on 10 and zap, 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 zap yourself. Now you're going to bed full, happy, fed, mentally stimulated, enamored by a man, and sexually pleased.
Doesn't have a chest.
Just saying. So,
okay.
What would keep me coming back? I mean, that's kind of
that'll be another episode, because I believe,
and I'm not even over sexualized. But goddamn, what we doing?
Okay, so we'll come back to that in a future episode, because I want to kind of put a little spin on that, because as long as money is up in there, then we're gonna get to the pussy energy.
I don't
units.
know. Even if I don't spend no money, if you got me for a whole damn day, from 8 to 8,
well,
we talked and walked and ate ice cream and bonded.
That's a long time.
I've only spent $14. That's a hell of a time. So that's why
that's
I appreciate
a lot
you
of
being
energy
like,
units.
1 hour is it?
Start as a start.
Yes,
and
I would be okay if a girl said, "Hey, I don't even want you to stop what you're doing. Let me just come talk to you let me just be up in your shit. Let me get up in your space a little bit. Bring a bad bitch to work day."
Yes.
I would appreciate that more than...
Right. So then she comes through for an hour, and she says, is there anything I can help you with while I'm here? Oh my gosh. And so then her touch is in the space when she leaves.
Yes.
You're like, okay, my goodness, when can I see her again?
Yes.
Right? And there's been no money outlaid.
None.
Okay.
Like,
no
before
money.
I go, do you want a little head or something before I go? I might even decline. Damn, I'm cool.
Okay.
That's what's up, though.
And what would have you want to see her again? Like making the stars align and you throwing the pink moon up. So
the fact that there is no pullback of accessibility, there is like,
say more,
because you got steps and gradients, right?
Yeah.
Or
gradients, gradations.
Gradations.
Yeah.
But if the gradations are clear and we are going to a destination, a man will keep on playing the game of life with this woman. We'll jump in the rat race and play a little game. But if at a point, it's like if you're playing Monopoly.
It's not a game.
No, I'm saying it's like if there's a reward for it, you can't miss the chance for the reward. You can't miss the chance. You can't miss an exchange of energy.
Right.
Otherwise, somebody feels shorted.
Right.
If we're playing Monopoly and every time you roll the dice, every time you pass go, you get $200. And you roll the dice and you pass go, and we're like, you don't get it this time.
Right.
You're like, well, what the fuck are the
rules? You feel
rules?
cheated, yes. Right.
And that's how we feel.
Yes.
So listen, that's today's episode, man. We have way more that we can unload,
and that's
unfold.
Why DeBrina's Modern Courtship works, because otherwise you feel cheated.
There you go. So I want you guys to keep up with Debrina. Debrina, tell them all your socials or your website or where they can catch you next.
At the Debrina, and my name is spelled Debrina, at the Debrina on IG and on TikTok. And my website is $1,000,000mentor.net. I got some nationally published books that you can get through the website. I got all kinds of wonderful resources and trainings and audio programs and teachings. So if anything that you heard today is like your ears have perked up, there's more where that came from. But yeah, thanks for having me on, brother.
Outstanding. And if you found me a hot mess, I'm okay with that too. Okay.
We working it out
All
because
right.
everybody's a hot mess about right now. Got a lot of messes.
Yes.
We're going to help straighten it out, though.
But for me, follow me on social media, Mr. Nate Jackson on all outlets, Nate Jackson Comedy on Facebook, NateJacksonComedy.com, Super Funny Comedy Club if you're local to the Pacific Northwest. And please check out my dates. I have a ton of upcoming stuff. In particular, I would like to highlight that I'm coming to the Chevalier, to the Foxwoods, and to the Boston and the Massachusetts Northeast area. Those tickets are moving fast. I would like you guys to go ahead and sell them things out. Phoenix and Tucson also coming up. Sell those things out.
Woo!
Check me out and go to therosescollection.com. And now you have been tapped into all things Nate Jackson. I want to give another thank you as just a full, just a full, well-rounded moment. Thank you to my sister for coming through and lending her expertise. I'm just her little brother.
I'm just his big sister.
And we just happen to be incredible. Y'all be nice, man. Be blessed. See you next time. What up, beautiful people? It's your boy, Nate Jackson. This is another episode of Nate Jackson's Opinionated. Listen, people have been coming up to me on the road saying, man, I love the podcast. I'm glad that it's back. And that's exciting. We put a lot of energy and effort into this, and it should be one of those things that bring all of the universes of what's going on with me together. Keeps you up to date, keeps you ahead of what's going on to date, and explains a lot of things. First things first that I want to get out the way is we got a new concept called a crowd work pack. Now, I hate that we're using, I don't know if I hate, but it looks like we're using a bunch of drug terminology to describe the crowd work stuff that's going out on YouTube. Because the crowd work joints, come on, it's a joint, baby. Got to do about an hour off the top of the dome. Only things I thought of that day, saw that day, or what's in front of me. That's the challenge for a crowd work joint. They're all shot live in the same spot, right? As of right now, they're all shot live at the Super Funny Comedy Club in Tacoma, and we have not shot one at the new location yet. Then there is the new crowd work packs. What happens in the crowd work pack is a compilation of stand-up videos, of the crowd work videos from one of the road dates. And also mixed in there is behind-the-scenes vlog footage or video on demand from the streaming that I've been doing on Twitch. That's all blended in there together. So it should feel like you're behind the curtain with us, and you're also seeing dope moments from the crowd work. There'll be, yes, snippets of that. So this is the thing. I saw this on a comment on YouTube, so I want to clarify. Crowd work joints are shot all in one, they're one piece from A to B, beginning to end. Later, we cut those into snippets because why have all those great moments and then not give that to people separate? Crowd work packs come out as snippets in the first place, and then you get the full thing, as the compilation with the other stuff added to it. That's our plan for now. Now, if we are doing it differently, where we're like, listen, on Fridays, we're dropping a crowd work pack and it's before scene crowd work, the whole thing is before scene, and then the next week is when we put out the snippets. Maybe. Because your guys' number one comment is, hey man, we've already seen these. I assure you haven't seen everything in a crowd work pack because we have unreleased snippets that are in crowd work packs. And you ain't seen none of that shit from behind the scenes because it's stuff that we filmed while behind the scenes. I.e., T.I. and I fucking around in the green room in Atlanta. Yeah, I posted that on my Instagram, but you didn't get the full thing. So when you watch the crowd work pack for Atlanta, you see that. You see how lit it was in the green rooms, downstairs at the Tabernacle Theater. So there you go. Yes, crowd work joints will be back. Okay, I'll be shooting one probably in the first week in August at the club, and then Nate Jackson Presents is going to be a thing. We're doing one on the Monday, a part of the kickoff night of shows for the festival at the club, following the Gary Owen show. That's at the club, and so I'm excited. I'm excited about where we're going and how much traction we have and the new people. Speaking of new people, holy shit. There's been an uptick. There's been a needle move. Okay? I can honestly say for the last 3 or 4 months, like if I saw a black person within 10 years younger than me or 10 years older than me, I was like, there's a high chance that they're like, oh shit, you the nigga from? Right? I got stopped between 6 and 7 times going from the gate to baggage claim at SeaTac. There was a guy on my flight that kept being like, man, you look just like this guy. You look just like this guy. Middle-aged white dude, he had a full family with him, but he was kind of cut up like one of them dads that bodybuild. Another guy was like maybe a young to middle-aged, kind of on the cusp right there. Maybe like he's like maybe 33, 34, maybe looking white and Asian guy. Then there was a black guy. Then there was, I don't know, Hawaiian girl that was pushing a stroller. Her and her dude. She's like, Nate Jackson, oh shit. Travel safe home. That means you don't even know I live here. We were in SeaTac. Travel safe home would suggest I'm leaving Seattle to go to my home. Now, I live here, baby girl. So there's that. There was somebody else at baggage claim, somebody else out at the curb. Yeah. And for now, it's like people go, are you? And I'd be like, it's me. What's up? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, because I watch your stuff so much, bro. So there's been a needle move. If that turns into ticket sales, watch out. But we have a vendetta over here, a full-on challenge, a charge to what we do to hit 1 million on YouTube for followers, to run it up on YouTube and get that thing back up, because that's mine, that I can control. And Netflix, whilst being awesome, a great opportunity and tons of exposure, still don't know how much yet because the numbers call hasn't happened yet. It stepped on the throat of my YouTube, which sucks because it's real passive income from the monetization of it. I need that up. The more we do on YouTube, the more I can bring you guys direct, which is why the next crowdwork joints, you subscribe to the YouTube channel and pay the subscription or whatever, and it'll be nominal. It's not going to be nothing crazy, but we guaranteed a crowdwork joint a month. And it starts with 2 that are unreleased. We have 2 that are unreleased from the old club. Tell you right now, I literally take a man's leg off. He got a fake leg. I take his leg. That's the kind of shit that's happening in these. Okay? So be ready. Get excited. I am. You should be. It's going down. So there's that. Let's dive into some trending topics with Trenton Cotton.
You don't want to talk about JFL?
I'm going to JFL. Let's talk about trending topics with Trenton Cotton.
I thought you would have been excited about that.
I'm stoked, okay, but hey, listen. Going to JFL is not the exciting thing for me because 1, it took hella long to get it. 2, I didn't get in the capacity that I felt that I deserved to get it and still haven't. But that may be short-sighting now because now I've been awarded Variety's top 10 comics to watch of the year. And if you know, but they're saying, here's the who's who, here's who's rocking, here's who. And I understand the vantage point of somebody that goes, how are you telling him he's someone to watch now when he's been sold out for 4 years? We can't get a ticket. We got to travel to get in the road zone. Like, he's got 600 million video views globally across all platforms. Like, now you're going to tell us he's someone to watch? Duh, we've been watching it. But they're not saying it to you. They're saying it to the who's who of the industry, the casting directors, the directors, the production, the investors in films, the people that understand that your success in a film comes down to the talent that's on the screen, whether it's unknown talent or whether it's known talent or whether it's known talent that's unknown in that way. So that's why it's like, this is Variety's top 10 to watch. And I hate to admit it, but the industry has gotten lazy to where you do shows in Hollywood and they are not in the crowd like they used to be 10 years ago. They're not going out as as an agency, as a management company, as a casting company to go see what talent is out on stages and see what's cracking and what's going on. There's a lot of nepotism because it's like, well, look, my cousin does this and have him come in. If he's any good, then work with him. Or they take, that company card and they all go up to Montreal and they see who Variety has picked as the top 10 and who JFL has picked as the new faces. And then that's where that goes. But New Faces hasn't had like a real standout in a few years. I think one act in the last 5 years was like went over to SNL. And it used to be if you made New Faces, bro, you're out of there. Okay? Holding deals, a commercial deal, like you're out of there. And so I don't know if Variety's top 10 has retained that luster, but we're going to find out. And I do like the other 9. I mean, the other 9 are people that are moving the needle as well. So we're going to see. But we go to Montreal, and Thursday night is an award show, awarding the 10 of us. Then Friday night is my show at Montreal at JFL, my showcase. Then after that, I go to the Variety Top 10 showcase where we all do a few minutes. And then after that, I'm going to go do Joe Dombrowski's show. He's also one of Variety's top 10. He's also from Washington State. And so I'm going to go do Joe Dombrowski's show, Straight Friends. I think as long as I get there by 1 or 2 in the morning or something, they said I'm good. So, and then Saturday, we're going to do another day because I've never spent a Saturday at JFL on like the chunky part of the weekend. Like every other time I've gone, it's been weekday, Monday through Thursday. Then I had to go. To Boston and do some shows. I had to go to somewhere else. It was like by Friday, I'm out of there. Well, we're going to do a Saturday and we ain't going to have nothing. And so Corpus Christi got rescheduled. I'll be out there in September. I love y'all. I promise you. I know that's the second time moving this. But the first time was so I could film The Office, and the second time was so I could do Variety's top 10. If you love me, bear with me because I'm coming and we're gonna have a great time. Because I want to go see the Selena Memorial, and I want to eat at that original Whataburger, and I want to slang my jokes to the good people of Corpus Christi. And if you know me, you know I love a show down in Texas. You guys don't fuck around. Any city in Texas has shown us love. Like it's just been one of the more happier states. When I see anything comma space TX, I'm like, yeah, buddy, it's going down. So there you go. That's what's up with JFL. That's what's up with Variety's top 10 comics to watch. And trending topics.
Cool. That's all I wanted. But super funny world. I want to welcome y'all to another.
Are you excited about going to JFL?
I'm super excited to go to JFL.
There's a certain aspect of it being vicarious.
Yeah.
Because JFL didn't call you direct.
No, they didn't.
But this is how that works. This is exactly how. That's why they have the big showcases, and then those guys be like, I want this guy, this guy, this guy. This half of JFL is invited by JFL, and the other, probably I'd say 1/3 is invited by JFL and paid. They're paid by, and the other 2/3 are like, I'm going, I'm grinding. I got an invite to do one. I'll hustle. I'll get the other ones. I'll network. So there's just I'm going, no invite, and don't nobody know I'm going. I'm going with my person that I'm going with the headliner, and I'm on a show. Then I'm going just because a headliner I know or somebody say, yo, come do my show. Right? Like there's somebody that's just going to go because Joe Dombrowski said, hey, I got a show.
Right. No, yeah, I'm super excited.
So and they watch everything. So they're literally at every show. Somebody from JFL that they have to have a representation at every single show, whether it's an international show or one of our shows. And so it's a showcase. Not to say like pressure wise, but just so you know, like that's the concept. Yeah.
No, I'm super pumped about it. I mean, if you're a comedian and you're pursuing comedy, you know what JFL is. I understand that it went away and now it's back, and maybe, it's not what it was in the early 2000s, but I'm excited just to put eyes on there just so I can see it, smell it, feel it. And then, maybe one day I can get there on my own right. But I'm definitely excited because I just want to see it. I just want to see what it looks like.
This is your own right.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I meant JFL calling me and being like, hey.
But this is that still, though. So you go, you showcase, you rock, do whatever. You're on my show, you're on, and then we'll see what other shows you can pick up while you're there. There's other options to do shit. You know what I'm saying? And they see you and they go, oh, radar alert. That guy was tight. And that's if you have an average set. If you have an average set, you're going to be above average for everyone that's performing at JFL. I've seen it, I've done it. I know exactly what I'm talking about. By the time they pick us, we'd be over-seasoned. So you're right at a nice spot to, go do a hot 8 to 10, and they'd be like, oh. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I'm excited. Canada, we coming. Anyway, I've been working on this intro, so I'm tweaking it. But anyway, here we go.
Hype man?
Yeah.
All right, talk slow.
Okay, here we go. Super funny world. See, now you done fucked me up. Anyway.
I do shit.
You said talk
You said 3
slow.
words. All right, do it your way.
Okay, thank you. Super funny world, what's going on? It's your boy.
Can I fuck up? Same speed. Come on, go ahead. I'll shut the fuck up.
Thank you.
Download the DraftKings Casino app, sign up with the code OPINION, and spin your favorite slots. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for your problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days. Valid for featured game only and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends 8/24/25 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 1 based on Eilers and Krajicek 2H24 product analysis.
Super funny world, what's going on? It's your boy Trenton Cotton. I want to welcome y'all to another installment of What's Trending with Trenton. This is where I have been combing all of social media and what's interesting to me, and I want to bring it to Nate's opinion or Nate's attention, and I want to get his opinion on what I've seen.
Opinionated.
So the first thing that jumped out to your boy was this story with my boy, Uncle Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Famer for the Denver Broncos, tied in with him and John Elway. He settled on his lawsuit, and I know a lot of people were wanting Shannon to kind of stay firm and to not settle, but he settled. But the most interesting part of this was the girl, I believe her name is Gabriella Zuniga, whatever, young lady. She wrote on her ex Twitter, I don't know if you saw this, but she basically was like, today I have decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown me over the past few years. This community has given me a life, and I could have never imagined I'd still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I'm truly excited for this next chapter. I love you all forever and ever. And I was like, God damn, Shannon, how much did you give this woman to where you retired her?
Well, he offered her hush money in the first place, and she was like, nah, $50 million lawsuit. And now for that to have gone away, whatever the number is greater than the original offer and less than the $50 million. But it's enough for her to be like, let me put these titties up for a little bit. It's real money.
But look at this comment, though. This dude was like, Shannon Sharpe retired a 20-year-old OnlyFans worker while his kids is still clocking in.
Y'all better clock in. Shit. Can't fuck your kids. And that girl was talking crazy. Put a fat, big, black, athletic baby in me.
So does this make Shannon Sharpe, like, does he look guilty now that he settled with this girl? Like, what happens to Shannon after this?
I don't think settling makes people guilty. I think settling is where people go, man, just get this motherfucker up out of here. Mm-hmm. Let me get back. Like, what's the cost of your peace? And that's what I think that is. Some people are just like ready to batten down and be like, motherfucker, what it do? And would take it all the way to where it got to go to. I'm one of those. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those. I had a situation where I was like, look, I could snatch this motherfucker's house at this point because there's too many lies and defrauding situations and predatory stuff that's coming from the other side that ain't based in fact. And it all got exploited. And so I was like, all right, so I have a choice right now. I'm going to take a home. I'm going to take a car. I'm going to take all assets from somebody who barely has anything, but kids and all that kind of shit. Or you do some sort of settle and be like, all right, here you go. You know? Also, he had a lot at stake. Whatever he paid her is it's a lot, but it's going to be minuscule in comparison to what the upcoming deals are. That if he got to go through a messy court case and have anything come out and his name is tarnished and all that, like this won't be a story in 2 weeks, if that. In 1 week, it won't be. It'll be done. It'll be over with. Like we'll be like, oh yeah, what happened to Shane? What happened to that girl that's not Shane Sharp?
Right.
Well, he settled. We don't know what he settled for. He also may have brought out some stuff that's like, listen, I offered you this. You said no to it and went for more. Now here's this information. Now I'm going to offer you even less than what I was saying in the first place. And then she had to take less in the first place. And then in an attempt to make it look like she got cashed out, she goes, I'm not going to do OnlyFans no more. So now everybody got to go. Now everybody got to wonder just like this and be like, damn, how much did he give her? Well, we have no idea. And that's the point of settling. Club Shay Shay's still intact. He's still intact.
Yeah, he's still been putting out. He's still been putting out episodes.
Broncos
that did not
ain't
stop.
Pulling jerseys down.
We sure aren't, and we better not. We better fucking not.
Nobody's pulling any jerseys down. No. Nobody's tripping. If he called right now, and was like, "Would you like to do Club Shay Shay?" I'd be like, "Nigga, I'm rocking with you."
Yeah, we was just in their Broncos training facility, and they got his picture nice and big over that training facility. So every current Denver Bronco practicing is looking at his face every day.
Right. Also, all these people that are like, oh, his kids still got to work, but he retired this 20-year-old. Listen, it doesn't matter if she's 20 or if she's 40 or if she's 60. If that's who he been intimate with and they done went through something and he's trying to settle, then yeah. So, how many times do people put their lover before they put their kids? A lot.
All the time.
All the time. And it's not necessarily that it's right, but let's not be tweeting like, look at how profound this is. You know what I'm saying? So, shit. As far as I'm concerned, kudos to Shannon for getting that behind him and being able to look forward to the next chapter of what's going on. And, you know,
yeah, it's still
she gets hit by a bus.
Yeah, it's still love. It's still love with me, Unc. You a Denver Bronco, so I got you for life. Shane Gillis, he hosted the ESPYs last week. You know, I don't really watch the ESPYs like I used to, and I didn't really know the ESPYs was even happening. But Shane Gillis, comedian,
they didn't have a streamer there.
He had his opening monologue, and you know, as it goes, Shane did his thing. I watched it, but there's one joke in particular which I'm gonna play for you now.
Cool. Before you play it, I saw this set. I just want to say shout out to whoever was in the nest. Whoever was calling, camera 2, ready, camera 2, camera 2, go. Camera 3, ready, camera 3, hold, ready, go. Camera 4, lock in on Drewski. And go. Because you got this whole room that's stiff, and he's trying to get him to loosen up, and he's going to do his jokes, and they are cutting to people who are rolling in the chair. And that's why the viewer watching on TV is like, shit, it was funny to us.
Right.
But anybody else that was there is like, I mean, he didn't kill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that, because as comedians, like, that's a hard room.
What?
That's a hard room.
And award shows are some of the hardest shows to go up and try to kill in. Because now, any show, everyone's acting like they are the talent. But in a room like that, they really are.
Yeah. You got athletes with major egos. They're dressed to the nines. They sitting there like they way too cool.
You're talking to billions of dollars of people. Billions of dollars of people, to where it's literally a favor that they are doing the network by showing up. And some of them aren't even coming as conditional based on, am I winning something?
Right.
Is my team getting, is there some sort of, what? Okay. 3/4 of the way through, we get an acknowledgement from something, whatever. Boom. It's good that they shook it up with Shane Gillis. That's the type of thing we need. The culture needs to get to where we're at instead of us changing for them. Go.
Yeah, I'm going to play this clip. This was one of the jokes that I guess is getting a lot of backlash.
For the WNBA, I love Caitlin Clark. Yeah, hell yeah. Caitlin Clark, she and I have a lot in common. We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes.
Fantastic. Slow grower.
All right.
Cut to some laughers.
This is not serious. We'll see about this one.
And then he's genius for being like, yo, I just kind of got to throw this shit against the wall. Let's all,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's standing on business and be like, I feel like this. He's like,
Right.
I got a fucking monologue to do. And
right.
let's see if you guys can handle this shit. That he was like, I didn't write that one. You know what I mean?
But this is the one. This is the one.
When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist fighting black women.
Gotta cut the Drewski.
Yeah, hell yeah. Who yelled? Drewski? Thank you, bro. Oh, John Jones. Yeah. Nut jobs over there. Hell yeah.
So that's the one. A lot of people are upset because, again, when you mention if you're white, or I would say not, if you're not black and you mention black women, you know what I'm saying? That's a very dangerous thing to do. And he went right for it. But I mean, he's just pointing out the whole Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark rivalry. I thought that's all he was doing. I don't think it was bad.
Man, he's fine. And Waffle House is sponsoring him. Fuck it.
Yeah.
What we doing? You just got mentioned on a major platform. You got 5.5 million views with your brand being said, and they say no coverage is bad coverage. You know what I'm saying? And if Caitlin wants to change that stigma, fucking let us see you giving back to the black community instead of fucking helping to ignite an entire civil war of whites that are like, fucking white people do it better now. You don't believe us? Look at Caitlin Clark. It's not like he went on there and was like, she looks like a man. Like there's a lot of fodder that a writer's table would give. Like, you guys got to understand, when you're writing for an award show, it's probably between 7 and 12 people around a conference table, and there's paper everywhere. There's a stack of empty printer paper in the middle. There's 3x5 cards that are white. There's yellow ones and green ones, and everybody's like you set a time, boom, hey, write all the Caitlin Clark jokes you can write right now, and we're going for edgy. And then after 20 minutes, they're like, all right, stand up and pitch your shit. And you got to read off all your motherfucking cards, and the ones that nope, throw that, boom, you throw that motherfucker. The one they like, take a black Sharpie and they write it real big on the big paper, put that on the wall, and then everyone gets a chance to punch it up, and then it goes green, right? Or you go back to the yellow cards, and everybody's punching up that same joke that was big. Same joke now has 12 heads on it. And then you come out of that, repitch the joke, and then you go with the ones that you think are the best, and you get about 2 or 3 green ones that you're like, this is the best version of this joke. He can choose which one he's going to go with. Whether he chose Waffle House in the first place or some other place where black people beef, he could have said Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah. Another place, he could have said like at an Ultimate dealership. You're trying to punch up. You know what I'm saying? The whole concept is, where are black people fighting? And that's it. Because there's no world in which a WNBA star is going to go work at a Waffle House.
Right. Yeah, it's not a real thing.
She may own 30 of them.
Right.
But going to, you know what I'm saying? When she retires, she should, so he could, therein lies the joke. Where can we have her fighting people? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A black comic probably wrote that joke.
Or white. It doesn't matter. The writer's room, it's nondescript. Like, an Asian guy can write the best fucking black joke in the room, and you're like, fuck. And you just fucking high five, like, hey, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? In the writer's room, there can be no judgment. Somebody can say something about abortion, and you just gotta be like, woohoo, shit. We're not gonna say it, but gotta have.
That's what you want. You want to give me everything you got. I don't care if it's offensive or not, but let's make the decision after. Don't say it. We'll make the decision.
Choose, and he's gonna pick how. And so, I'd like to see all the ones that he was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then you run your jokes. You're going to practice them out around. You're going to gig with them a little bit, a couple nights, and see what's sticking and what hits. And then you're like, here's the 15 I'm going to say in the 10 minutes that I got or whatever. Yeah. So whatever you saw was like the diet version of what he could have went with. I guarantee you. And Shane has said some shit that's like, oh my God. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I thought this was pretty light as
for
far
him,
as for Shane. It's
heavy for
light.
The award show.
Right.
Light for Shane. But he did his goddamn thing. He stayed true to who he was. You book Shane Gillis to Shane Gillis, and Shane Gillis, Shane Gillis.
Yeah, ESPN booked him for a reason, and this is what they wanted. They wanted people to be discussing this.
It worked.
Days
Now
after
you're
the
viral.
fact. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean, there's any number of jokes that could have been said there. I may have said something like, no matter how good she is in life, when she dies, she's gonna go to hell because that way she can keep fighting angels.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. That's what you're thinking about. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't even fuck with Reese's Pieces, guys. Like, you're going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes that I've come across doing comedy was, comedy is for those who think and a tragedy for those who feel. And I love that quote because it always kind of like, now I know this isn't a comedy club, but like if you walk into a comedy space, it's like you should take off your feel. That's why I like your spiel that you give before you go in, your rules that you go into before your crowd work.
Yeah.
It's like, tonight, like, come on, man. Like, obviously we're all human beings in here and we want the best for all human beings and empathy and all of that. But tonight, fuck all of that. Set it aside, man. Don't, and if you're smart, like, you'll get it. If you go here with your heart and you feel, you're going to have a terrible time tonight.
Yeah.
Terrible time.
Or if you're a cuss word counter or anything like that takes you out of it. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, he could have said anything. You never know what it, like, he could have said, Angel Reese, when she was a kid, she didn't play Duck, Duck, Goose because there's too many geese and that shit rhymes with Reese. Like, you could take them on a meander, like, boom, this is the thing that she don't fuck with. But they went with, hey, man, she wants to beat up black women. Where do we know black women fight? Waffle House isn't even all over the country. A Washingtonian, short of hearing about Waffle House, should be like, what? You know what I'm saying? So the alt is like IHOP, Denny's, World Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, light work.
Yeah, well,
I've written for an award show before, so I wrote for Leslie Jones, and people they may see that in my credits to know that I wrote for Leslie Jones, but I'd like to tell you how it came about because then I think we all appreciate it more because I'm not credited in the award show. Not the first time I haven't been credited for something. Okay, that's why I'm like, oh, that sucks, doesn't it, nigga? So anyway, when the host comes to town, to LA, to run their jokes for an award show, they come with their writers. They perform on every possible show they can perform on, which means if you're gigging that week and you're booked, you're about to get bumped all week long because that same person is going to come in, and this is exactly how they walk in. They walk in, and so do 4 to fucking, it could be 10 writers. And they all take over a spot because they've called ahead. And then they're like, back there, you hear them getting kind of just a little chatter or whatever. And then their host goes up. They do their shit. They're watching and listening to the response. And then the host comes off. And then they go somewhere. So that whole section gets up and follows the host to somewhere. And they immediately are talking about what was just said, punching it up, and blah, 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 right? So I had, chocolate sundaes. And I was on the show. And Leslie came in, and here come all these. They line up the whole top of the Laugh Factory mezzanine, and she's doing her shit, and it's not getting what it should get. And Chocolate Sundays is an easy crowd, in my opinion. And so I said, "Ooh." Matter of fact, everybody said, "Ooh, that's not ready." And we knew BET Awards was in like 6 days. Normally, this process is happening 2 months, almost 3 months out, that they're bumping their jokes for when they're about to go do the award show. BET, for some reason, like maybe it was a late booking or whatever, but Leslie had writers from Saturday Night Live. She had writers from a couple of TV shows. So they're all punching. I was like, ooh, I don't know. I watched it, and then the next night was improv. And so I'm on that show. And even if you're not on the show, if you're in LA, you go to the shows. The ones you want to be on, you're not doing shit. You go to the fucking show. I wish you would sit around and wait till you're booked. You'll never fucking be booked. You got to show face. You need to be relevant. why I'm looking at the local comics that don't come, that don't hang out, that don't do shit on the weekend. They're just fucking sitting at home farting and twiddling their thumbs. And you expect someone to call you and be like, hey, yo, come down. You got to put yourself in. It's too many comics. You live in a city and there's 10,000 comics and they all want to go up in that same spot. I bet you start bringing your ass out and showing face and be like, hey, man, I don't know if you got a spot, but I'm available. That simple. Hey, I don't know if y'all got a spot, but I'm available. That turns into guest spots so fast. Hey, I saw you were going to Minnesota. I have family in Minnesota. I'll be there at the same time. I'll fly myself out. I'll put myself up. Can I get a guest spot? Nigga, yes. Like, you don't realize how easy you make it for yourself in grinding, because we're grinding. So I'm at these shows. I'm booked on Chocolate Sundays. That happens. I'm booked on the Monday show. It happens again. She comes in, she does her thing. Now I notice changes in what she did from Sunday. And it improved a little bit, but it was not, I didn't think she would come on stage and she would be herself, like very Leslie, to get comfortable. Then she would start running the monologue, which felt dry. And that stuff would be hit or miss. And I was like, and so by the time I saw it Monday, I texted her at the end of the night and was like, are you open to any input on the monologue stuff? And she was like, yeah, what you got? And so then I said, I think that you either figure out how to say that shit the way you are when you're being loose and you don't give a fuck, or you abandon all that shit and just go be loose and don't give a fuck. You gotta be true to Leslie before you're true to what those writers wrote. Because if it don't work, none of their names is like, oh, that person bombed. You're the one that gotta bear the weight of like, oh, this motherfucker's trash. Right?
Right.
And Leslie's hilarious. Not even kinda. Leslie Jones is hilarious. And I'm watching somebody who I know is hilarious try to do these jokes that don't fit her voice. And I'm like, these are the writers she picked. What's up? So I said, hey, that's my 2 cents. She said, thanks. Any notes? And I was like, I don't have notes yet. Where are you going to be at tomorrow? She said where she's going to be tomorrow. I said, I'll be there. I was not booked. I went to the show the next day with my notes open on my iPhone. And as she was doing her set, I'm like, I'm writing any tag, anything that comes to mind, anything she should stay in longer, anything that popped up that I thought you should, you know what, you should go to this angle, anything that popped, like anything I noticed, like, oh, you got your knee brace on tonight, are you wearing it on the wardrobe, like questions, like da-da-da, right? She gets off, everybody goes home. At like 1 in the morning when I finally get back to the crib and settled, I copy, paste, and send all that shit over. And about 20 minutes later, she's like, that first one's dope. Second one is cool. Actually, no. She just goes, thank you, this is dope. That's it. Next night, I watched the set and more than half is my tags from the night before. Just a complete flip of everything all the writers were giving. And, no, excuse me, not more than half. I would say 2, she threw in 2 jokes. Just 2. Out of all the stuff she said, the 2 that I gave rocked. Like they were the best. Like it was like one was early on, got a big response. Because I said, man, you got to address the knee brace. She was wearing jeans with the knee brace on the outside. But for the award show, she was going to hide the knee brace or try to go without the knee brace. And I was like, nigga, keep the knee brace. Right? Like it's fucking hilarious. You're wearing a knee brace. Like we can't hide it. You're 6'6" and you hoop, nigga, wear the knee brace. So she addresses the knee brace. It gets it's explosive. A couple minutes later, she does a couple of other jokes, and then she threw in another one that I said. It gets another response. That night, I come back and I'm like, yo, them 2 hit. I said, because them 2 hit, maybe you should, try this. And now I'm tagging the 2 that I didn't gave. And she was like, so then she was like, nigga, meet us at this place. Now it wasn't meet us at the venue. Now it was meet us at this place. We're going to eat dinner first, then go to the show. Just come with us. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm rolling with the writers and giving my insight. But now I'm meeting them. Now I'm seeing all the different personalities and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Like the SNL guys are like, fucking our pins are golden, And then there's a couple other comics like John Lasseter's there. He's from New York. He's the house host at the Cellar, I want to say. And I've known John for years. And John was doing his thing, contributing. And then So we sat and ate or whatever, and we laughed about stuff and was cracking up, and then we started kind of talking about the jokes and shit like that. I gave a couple tags ahead of time. The Night Live guys were like, "Who the fuck is this giving? What the fuck is going on right now?" And she's like, "Y'all chill. This is my fucking homeboy. This nigga's hilarious." Like, okay, right? Not no whatever. And John Lasher was like, "That nigga funny, man." That's all he said. And so then she goes on stage. She does the ones from before with the tags, a couple other jokes. It's starting to lean way towards the shit I'm writing. We're at 60%. We come off of that. Saturday Night Live guys are like, "Hey, yo, we are out here to write for you, and you're saying this kid shit, and where we at with it?" She's like, "Could y'all niggas just chill the fuck out? We got motherfucking 4 days until this motherfucker, and I want to rip. Yeah. Do you fucking love me? Then let's do it with the fuck. This motherfucker's tough. This is my nigga. Like, stop tripping, nigga. We're all family." And they were just like, "You right." And they just literally embraced me like, "Nate, man, what's up, baby?" You know what I'm saying? We get to chopping it up, and so then we're cool. And then next day went by, 2 days went by. They went and they worked it. Came to a couple of things or whatever. And then on the day before the award show, she was like, meet me at LA Live, nigga, wear a suit, and let's go. Go there. I'm pull up to parking. They're like, Nate Jackson. And they're like, Nate Jackson. And I said, bet. I'm in, because when I get to the thing, I'm like, "My name's Nate Jackson." They're like, "We have you, sir." I'm like, "Oh shit, it's real." Because I'm thinking I just got my little suit on. I'm about to come down here and get rejected. Yeah. I pull in. They you're into the conference room, R535 or whatever the fuck. I go to the conference room. Everybody's all around. They're all wearing tuxes. There's food everywhere. Everybody's in there kicking in. Fucking, it's a celebration now. It's all pre-show or whatever. And then we all go over to the award show. Then the award show starts, and Leslie walks out. There's fucking 23 cameras on her all at once, and she's like, "Yes, baby, I'm back." She's so excited. She's screaming and yelling, and we're all backstage like, "Come on, fucking start the monologue, let's go." And she's like, "Yes, baby, BET bitch is back, baby. I see you, Usher. I'm hearing this motherfucker." Like, start the monologue, right? She's only got a couple minutes. And I remember being like, "Come on." Like, I was in the back and I said, "Come on." And one of the like high up producers of the show was like in headsets like, "Who the fuck? This kid talking about some come on." Right? Leslie starts the monologue, and she just went from excited all the way into the knee brace shit. Then she got her bits off, and it worked, right? And it's not going to go up against all the best hosts of an award show ever and all that shit. But I would put it up there with the ones that had short notice like she had. And she rocked. And that's how I wrote for the BET Awards. That's how I wrote for Leslie Jones. So understanding how that stuff is written and how it's done and how much time and leadway that Shane Gillis had. The fact that he was like, "Yo, shout out to such and such four-time All-Star, WNBA. Oh, that's my homeboy's wife." So he brought Matt McCusker, who's his co-host of the Matt and Shane Secret Podcast, and then his wife, right? Who they may have been wanting to go the whole time, but it was like, she's there, fucking, I'm using it. Like, he used everything around. Saw Drewski laughing, Drewski, fucking John Jones, like, which then let other people know, like, oh, motherfuckers are laughing at this. Comedians are laughing, and everyone knows John Jones has a sense of humor. You know what I'm saying? And he's deadly. You know what I'm saying? So you asked, and that's my full, well-rounded take on the Shane Gillis thing with a little bit of insight to writing for award shows and how I got one. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that, but that's why the OpinioNated Podcast is what it is. I want you guys to gather around the proverbial campfire and hear these real stories of shit I done been through. If you saw me marketing my special, and I don't know if it was genius or if it was thirsty or whatever, but I was on my timeline and I'm looking at it and I'm ranked number 3 and I'm like, with a good push here, we could go number 1. And I just thought, like, fucking, how come everybody I've helped in the last 20 fucking years, I don't see nobody sharing my shit? Humbly, I have shared everyone's shit as it came. I've helped write for shit. I've helped develop shit. And then they get the deal or the money comes or whatever, and everyone's amnesiac. I said, well, I tell you what, you ain't got to pay me shit for all of that, but my special is now in the top 10 on its own without you. Nigga, you gonna post about me. I said, if I've ever worked with you, ever, in any capacity, let me get 2 hours on that wall. People thought they were slick. I shared it on my stories. Read what I said one more time. I said, let me get 2 hours on that motherfucking wall. Thank you for the story post. I appreciate you. But I need that wall. I need that coveted, selfish wall we all have. We're like, nigga, my wall is for my shit. Let me get that for 2 hours. Because I helped you. I held a camera. I held a light. I gaffered for you. Or I wrote a thing. Or I showed up. I was the one that had the tape when nobody had the tape. Or I came to the thing. I was very supportive. And I didn't do any of that with thinking I'm going to cash this in one day. But while in that, I think we're in Denver on the layover, and I was like, I should scroll and see some of these motherfuckers who are my friends and my family in comedy, my comrades, should be sharing my shit. I check my stories, and it's every goddamn story. Let me get some of this wall. That's where the general public is really exposed to. So I made that post. What happened after that was mind-blowing because there was legitimately scrolls of this long where everybody posted either the trailer or the top 3 graphic or something to do with the special, and then a story. I got emotional. I was like, fuck. It was a burden I carried for the work that I did where I was like, man, I don't even know if any of that shit had a point. But to see it all just come back, then it was like people like, yo, I never worked with you, but I want to show you love. Then it was people like, yo, I just fuck with your shit, so I just want to show you love. Then it was like, there was like Lil Rel shared it. Unprovoked. It was like, I'm laughing my ass off in my kitchen right now. Nate Jackson did his big one with this. What? Tiffany Haddish was like, I see you, boy. So I could go on and on. And I don't want to just be like, oh man, look at these big celebrities that shared. Like, look at all of the friends and family and even like fucking people from elementary school that shared. Like, you guys turned my whole social media experience into, yo, let's get Nate Special to number 1. And this is also why I feel like the top 10 thing is not, it's not real. Right? Like, we go number 5, then we go number 4, then we go number 3. Then everybody posts, and it goes number 5. And then the next day, number 7. Then the next day, 9? Then the next day, 7. Or something like that. But it was going up, down, up, down. So it peaked at 3. And so for it to go down after the whole internet was like, yo, go watch this shit, I was like, nah, they just weren't tapped in. Like, Netflix wasn't aware that all that happened. They didn't turn their wall into that. It turned mine into that because I'm the one that got mentioned. Mm-hmm. And maybe if everybody said at Netflix, we would have done the thing. But that's why I was like, ain't no motherfucking way. So I'll talk to them on day team. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware of what happened, but the entire internet gathered around me for a day, like the movie Sinners, and was like, go watch Nate's Special. And the next day, you guys lowered the rating. Not only is that like, man, what the fuck? It made everybody be like, damn, we really don't even have a footprint? Mm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you think we can move? You think enough people saying, go watch this will move the needle on it. And so that's when I was like, let's just back up. The macro of all this is it's a blessing to be on Netflix in the first fucking place. Top 10, that's wild. And I'm thankful. Because once I saw it moving around with no particular rhyme or reason for why it's going up or down or whatever, I said, okay. Let me just be thankful because I don't know how long I'm going to rock out. I don't know if it's out of the top 10 for good or if it pops back into the top 10. But I know that they got shit every. I think tomorrow Happy Gilmore 2 drops. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was up against Monday Night Raw and the finale season of Squid Games and 2 new huge series that are like $200 million series that they paid for, and my little punk ass $200,000 thing was fighting with them. My little was, man, y'all motherfucker, get back, bitch. Hey. I was in there hanging. Your boy was hanging. And like I said, can't go nowhere now. Can't go nowhere now. So I don't know how many millions of people saw it, but it feels like 10. It was like 10 million people. So when we talk about numbers, if they come to me with anything less than 3, I'm gonna be like, that's abysmal. Like, I lost money on YouTube sacrificing to do this. I could have posted this same thing over there and it would have done a cajillion views. It would have still been making me money.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Somebody also said, hey man, it's hard to get tickets for you in Australia right now. Like, everybody, like, we can't even get a ticket. Oh, and that's in December. I looked at some of the biggest venues I've ever seen in my life, and they're already 70% sold. So Netflix did move the needle. There was a guy I seen at the casino in Foxwoods in Nantucket, Connecticut. He's like, yo, me and my wife are just fucking around on YouTube, on Netflix, and we saw your Super Funny special. Never heard of you before. Saw that. Then my wife went to your dates, saw that you were going to be here. We drove 2 hours and wanted to see you live. Fucking spot on, man. I was like, dog, I've been waiting to see if this existed. He was like, yeah, man, that was fucking awesome. I'm like, thank you. Thank you for even coming up and saying that. So now it makes me wonder how many people had that experience and who's willing to admit it, because most people want to be an OG fan. I've been following you since Wildin' Out. I've been following you since, how, where, how? You tell me All Def Digital, I'm like, okay, he was on the internet. He was really fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah. We're not going to get through all of these.
We're just going to do one more.
Okay.
Over the weekend, the WNBA All-Star Game took place in Caitlin Clark's city, Indiana. And pre-game, all the players was wearing these shirts that read, "Pay us what we are owed." And that caused a bunch of stink on the internet. And I wanted, I'm a numbers guy. I wanted to do research. So I jumped on. I was like, well, yeah. I feel like if you're an athlete or an employee and you're working and you're making the company, profitable, then I want to see, you should be getting paid what you owed. So I Googled and I wanted to find out exactly how much the WNBA was making. And I found out that last year, the WNBA, they generated an estimated $200 million in revenue, right? $200 million. And then I was like, well, shit, how many players, what's the average salary of a WNBA player? And the average salary is $150K. And then I said, okay. And then I said, how many?
But that's a big increase.
Right. Now, the NBA or the WNBA is definitely, they're increasing their viewership.
Yeah, but they got a $50,000 pay raise on average.
Right. Now, there's about 100 and...
Maybe one person got a big fucking bag. And
there's certain players. Because they have, there's about 144 players, and I did the math. I was like, well, what's 200 million divided by 144? And it comes out to about 100 and around that 150.
There's only 12 players per team. Some of them have less than 12.
Right. Some of them do have less than 12. But this was the most interesting part that I found with the salary. Now keep in mind, the NBA made $11.3 billion last year, right? And what I found out was that the NBA provides financial support to the WNBA, covering operating costs, because they're still operating at a loss. Every single year they've been in existence since 1996 is what I saw. So I'm just kind of confused based off of these numbers. I don't know what do they mean by that? Like, pay us what they owe. And based off of how much it's making, them operating at a loss, and Adam Silver and the NBA are giving, they're like, well, okay, we'll cover all your losses. I'm just kind of, I guess I'm just like, what else do they, where is this money coming from, or where else is the money coming from that they want? Oh, like, that's where I'm a little confused.
So if one person from the WNBA put on a shirt like that, it would be like, what? If two do, you're like, what are they doing? Right? if all of them do, there's some money that we don't know about. It's just that simple. You're talking about it generated $200 million. Maybe they did from ticket sales, but we don't know if every time they sell a jersey, the league keeps it and calls it a recoup for having to pay the WNBA or the NBA back or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's something. Women don't just risk it all like that.
There was a Kelsey Plum. Shout out to Kelsey Plum. She played her college ball at UW.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, after the game, she was in her press conference and she's talking about it. And she said that there was a meeting amongst the players about wearing these shirts. And she goes, I might be tattletelling here, but a lot of Caitlin, because it was team Caitlin Clark and then team, I forget the other player's name.
Probably Asia.
Yeah, I think it was Asia. Mm-hmm. But she was like, most of team Caitlin Clark, we weren't in that meeting. We were just like, here's the shirts. So it would look like if you don't wear it in that moment, then you're going to be looking like, oh, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Why are you not riding with us? So it looked like there was some confusion and not everybody was on the same page. And if you didn't wear the shirt, you would have looked like, you know.
It worked. Here we are trying to figure out, well, where is the money? Why are they wearing the jersey? Why are they wearing those shirts? Also, how does that happen? How can anybody use the platform? They're all okay with those fines. They're not going to get rid of all of them. Hell, there's only 12 per team.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So you get 36 girls to put on a shirt. You got 3 full teams. Your playoffs is ruined. Your whole shit is ruined. You know what I mean? So what are they owed? It's worth looking into. But there was a lot of years of it not making any money. And so, you know, maybe half of them thought they were wearing Rihanna lyrics, but there's a lot of years where the NBA floated them. You know, pay us what you owe us you don't even get that without, there's got to be some, let's just take it as a spectrum. There is reason where it's completely reasonable and logic, and we're like, damn, that does make sense. And we just don't know that story yet. And then there's just delusion where you're like, I'm worth this, so pay me this. Well, who decides that?
Yeah.
Because when you look in the stands, there's a lot of plastic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I think. I think the WNBA should consult with the Savannah Bananas. Because that is farm team baseball, which is forever been empty. And they are selling out football fields to watch these guys play. They're doing trick shots and backflips and they're dancing and the All-American rejects are popping up in the crowd and breaking out in the concert and they're falling. They just have like the big screen they're using. They're presenting. It's a Super Bowl halftime show while the game is happening with activities all day long. They are doing it the way we saw Tottenham Hotspurs give a full experience to the fans. And that's what the WNBA needs. Like, you have to work on that fandom because you don't have the high-flying moments that you have. You don't have the superhuman moments that you see from the NBA. In the NBA, they're doing shit that you go, I can't do that. There's not a roid I could take. Okay? The WNBA, the viewers watching, they're like, that's dope. They're playing wonderful basketball, but you have to be truly a basketball fan. You can watch the NBA and be like, these are just feats of human ability. Straight up, right? And there's exceptional players in the WNBA where you're like, I can't believe that human can do that. But unfortunately, there's not enough of them because there's only 12 per team. You name the superstars and you're out. If you go WNBA superstars, you can't name 10. You can't name 10 that are like household names. And let's say you can. Name 10 WNBA superstars from 5 years ago. Name 10 WNBA superstars from 5 years before that. Name 10 WNBA superstars from 5 years before that. It should get cloudy for you. It should get cloudy. But when you go NBA, you're like, Olden Polynice, You know what I'm saying? Danish Rock. You're talking about guys from three-peats in 1991, 92, and 93, where today's basketball fans weren't even alive for it, but they're over here talking about how awesome it is. So what adds to the fandom? I'm not going to go as far as Shaq said, where he's like, y'all need to go back into them short shorts. Y'all need to, like, I'm not gonna material, womanize, like, I don't know if it's womanize, but I'm not going to objectify the players. But I will say, like, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with a random 3-point competition at the end of the half? What's wrong with a random, just pull out the trampoline and let some, not the players, but let's have a trampoline show. Bring out a band. Look at what Savannah Bananas are doing and consult with them and see about emulating some of that. Because how many teams do they got? 12?
In the WNBA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
12 teams with 12 players, 144 players in the league. Typical NBA roster has 15 full-time players and 3 two-way players that are called up from second-tier G League. So there's only a few spots to go around.
Yeah.
And you're going up against the numbers of that, other sports, other events, other things, with limited availability in arenas, with all that. Like, why not see what it can do? Because right now, you add Angel Reese, you add Caitlin Clark, those games be sold out. They play each other, you can forget about it. Next year's games where they're scheduled to play each other are a wrap already. But what about the teams that don't got one of them two on it? When they're going head-to-head in Detroit.
Yeah, the Connecticut Sun versus the Valkyrie in Oakland.
Yeah, or the Storm. Like, we have a great following here for the Storm. But I went to the Kevin Durant game, which is what we called it. But we didn't have the Sonics anymore. He was a full-on Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, is that just like it was
an exhibition game. And it was a Kevin Durant game. And the entire arena was packed to the brim. Packed to the brim. I went to a regular Storm game, and there was a lot of people there. It was a great time. I'm not knocking it. It was a great time. But it wasn't packed the same. Easier to park. Less lines to get food. People were buying merch, but it wasn't like for that Durant jersey was on sale at the Durant game. My God. You could see people buy one, and then another motherfucker looking like, I'll snatch that shit from you. So there's just a difference. And I think that they add to the fandom of the sport. I mean, you guys get what I'm saying. Just add to the fandom of the sport. Because, yes, there's the basketball lovers that are like, look how sound this is. Look at how great the sport is being performed right here on this level. But for the layman, for the average person that's like, I just want to see somebody hooping. I don't want to see I want to see some spectacular shit. I want to see some da-na-na moments.
Right.
It's like, it's not a lot of those.
And according to this article in The Guardian, you're right. They're talking about, like, the bottom line is they don't really know what's all in that bottom line. And they're saying that you can tell like that it's not really accurate based on, like, when a team goes up for sale. And this one is saying that back in 2019, they said that the New York Liberty sold in between 10 million and 14 million range, but then 6 years later, based on a sale of a stake of the team, the value was calculated around 450 million. So they're saying, like, yeah, we don't really know if that's true, if all the money is, or, everything's being accounted for. And they're saying that basically a lot of that money is not going to the players. So, yeah, I think there is something that the general public does not know about, and the players do.
Well, what's the solution? Either they change the distribution of the money that is going to the league to support them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they go independent somehow. Keep the same name of WNBA, but don't be supported by the NBA.
Right.
You see if you can stand on your own, and you distribute the money across all the teams.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you can't tell the NBA where to spend their money, especially if it's for facilities, if it's for, all the stuff you need infrastructure-wise to even have a league.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because even in the NBA, like, the Charlotte Hornets aren't making the same amount of money that the Los Angeles Lakers are making.
Or not. But I think it's a shame that they got to play all season long, here, and then in the offseason,
They got to go overseas
just to get a bag.
Just to get,
Or doing some other type of hustle or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I like that is so unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, if you meet a WNBA player that you like, man, she bad, shoot your shot, fellas.
Shoot, I am. KP, I know you single, you
Who's
know.
KP?
Kelsey Plum.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think Kelsey Plum's attractive, you
I
know.
think Skylar Diggins is
Oh,
bad.
yeah, Skylar too.
But she's married, I think, with a whole family.
Mhm.
I didn't know that, but after the game, like, hella people ran up to her. Little kids that all looked like her and a dude. I was like, man, fuck.
So but you don't see, I'm going to be honest, I don't watch the WNBA.
How old is Angel Reese?
At all. She's got to be like 23, 24.
22. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need like an old ass vet.
What, Cheryl Swoops?
Cheryl Swoops, you get it, nigga. What's the one that looked just like Reggie Miller?
Who is that?
His sister.
Oh, damn, what's her name? Nah, she too old, dog. She like grandma status now.
Is she?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how she be talking shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Reggie Miller. What is his sister's name? Let me Google that. Like I don't got a computer in front of me. Anyway, though,
Look it up.
I currently though, I like reading comments about the
I think it's
WNBA than I
Cheryl
do.
Miller. It's just
Oh,
like
you're
it-
right. Cheryl
He's
Miller.
with a CH.
Yeah, Cheryl Miller. Ooh,
So you're
this
back in
picture
the
right
day?
here, boy.
You telling me? You
Ooh.
telling me?
Ooh.
That's my ball. Look at that. Look, the hips don't lie.
Dang.
Huh? Come on now.
Yeah, see, but this is what she is. This is, hey, you see, that's now. You don't.
That shit fire. Type in most beautiful WNBA players. And maybe type in point guard, so I'm not looking up their nose.
Let's see what this gives us.
Asia's bad.
Who's this?
Is there a list?
Baller babes of the.
I like to note that we're pieces of shit for doing this.
Oh yeah, for sure we are.
But
Well,
I'm sure women-
somebody wrote dedicated a whole article
and I'm
to this
also sure
shit.
there's a list of fucking like most handsome
There
NFL
definitely
players
is.
or some shit. Wait, scroll up. Who was that? Go up. Right there. No, right there. Who's that? That motherfucker tough.
Yeah, I don't know who this is. She's new.
Let's go down. Here it is. I mean, that's a supermodel, bruh.
Ooh, this is I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Kayseri?
It's probably something easier to say. Go up again. Let me look at it. Guys. Hi, sir. You Siri?
Kondrzic. Her name don't even. Now she's black, but that last name.
Yeah, she's mixed. Let's go down. She's beautiful. Lexi Brown.
Oh, it's broken. She must have deleted that photo.
Maybe.
Cameron Brink.
I seen her. Didn't she get hurt?
Yeah, she got hurt. She still hasn't played this year. She's cute. Tall, but cute.
Butt ass naked in this. There's just nothing but panties, a bra, and jewelry.
Who is this? Olivia Nelson Odada.
Yeah, bad. Long. She got a regular sized head on the Dwight Howard arms. Yeah, damn. I thought that was a 0.5 picture.
Dorka Juzas.
You ain't scrolling worth of shit. Let me see. Go down. There you go. Yeah, let's go down some more. Mm-hmm. Chicago Sky must be.
Yeah, they got there's three players on this
That's
list.
why their games be packed.
See, so should the WNBA tap? I feel like they already are tapping into them being, their
Fashionistas, man.
Yes, because
That's what they said that she added to. They said Angel Reese added that to the sport. Not only are you beautiful, or not only is your game beautiful, you are too.
Nika, finally, Seattle Storm.
Yeah, Seattle Storm got some doozies, brother. Keep going.
Oh, whoops! I
Oh,
didn't
you
read
liked her
it.
that much?
I
We had
just
to go
wanted-
in.
Nah, I was just
God
trying.
damn,
I
they
thought
got
there was
excited.
more.
Huh?
There's just two.
That's my type, nigga. That's my
there's
type.
two
There.
photos.
Cute than a motherfucker. She don't even look tall. Keep going. Keep going.
Can't treat me regular. That's it. That's the last one.
Right. I don't know how she treated herself with $147,000.
There's another Chicago Sky.
Another Chicago Sky. And she's stunning too. Keep going.
Oh, I've seen her.
Keep going. It's okay to go fast past the white ones, man.
We've seen Angel.
They got Angel all the way down at 11. Okay, Rikia. Keep going. Keep going. She got a little model to her. Oh, hold on. Who's that? Los Angeles Sparks.
Dorica.
Yeah. Keep going.
Oh, Ari. Oh, I know Ari McDonald. She's cool. She played at UW and then transferred over to Arizona.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. She cool too. Shout out Ari.
Not the yams and the thighs out.
Chicago
Let me go down
Sky.
a little bit more. She don't even got hooper toes. She taking care of her feet.
Monique Billings.
She got a Fenty Beauty contract. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Apisha.
Fisa.
Was that Nigerian?
Yes. Oh, she's black and Korean, look like.
She looks like somebody we know. I'm not going to say her name, though.
She does?
Yeah.
Ariel Powers?
Yeah.
She don't look like nobody I know.
I don't want to say her name on the pod.
What's it rhyme with?
Aniella. Anielle.
Oh, go up?
A
She
little
look
bit.
a lot like Danielle.
I told you.
Yeah, I said. Shit. Danielle's beautiful, though.
Yeah. That's what I said. No, it's no, no slight.
And why you didn't want to say it?
Well, I don't know.
What's up, Danielle? Ding. I mean, come on. That's a lingerie picture.
Yeah, I know.
There's and that got 31,000 likes on it. Puffy nipples showing, panties.
Yeah, see now.
They're bringing the same energy as the NBA stars that are topless and doing that kind of shit too.
Yeah.
Sell it. Fuck that.
Damn, is Kelsey? She ain't even on the.
Skylar, just slow down. That
broken.
Sky, that's that. Now we
Broken.
talking. You might have to go view that post on.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah. Skylar, bad.
Have you seen her in person?
Yeah. A little more chiseled in the face in person, but she's still beautiful. Asia Wilson's bad. And she just had me cracking up because she was on a post game and she had on like a do-rag. And the lady was asking her quick, like, how did the game go and all that? She was like, I'm sorry. Could you? And she had a do-rag on her head and then the bottom folded up, like just goon style.
Oh shit.
She was like, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? Because I'm sorry. My mom just texted me a picture of myself on TV right now and said, why am I like this? She's like, I'm sorry. What's the question again? Oh, there's your, okay, Kelsey
KP.
Plum.
It is KP right here.
I could see that.
Yeah, I think she's cute.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You like brunettes?
I mean, I don't have like brunettes.
Twins, two twins. One's a brunette, one's blonde.
I don't know. Then I got to hear what their personality is.
I'm going brunette every time. I don't know why, but I am.
I will say for a black man, if you do date a white woman with blonde hair, that's probably the most controversial relationship you can get yourself into is a white woman with blonde hair. So you are.
Eyes?
Yes.
I think there's a more controversial relationship.
Which one?
I think a white woman with any color hair in cornrows. I think you're asking for it.
We got to wrap this up.
We got to go, man. Hey, thank you guys for watching this episode of Opinionated. I appreciate you. If anything rubs you the wrong way on this episode, rule number 3, man. Don't be offended on behalf of other people, man. Fuck them. It is what it is. We had a time today. Make sure you go watch the ESPYs. Check out Shane Gillis's set. Go in there with thick skin, though. If you come in soft, you're not gonna have a time. But have a blessed day, man. Y'all be cool. Make sure you check out NateJacksonComedy.com so you're up on all my dates. If you're in the Montreal area, please tap into Montreal. I want to do this on the way out, man. Please check out PhoenixRisingWC.com for your chiropractic needs in the Pacific Northwest. There's offices in Tacoma, Lakewood, Lacey. Dr. Shamika Cordes does her thing. I let her pop my neck, and I have never felt the same. In a good way. So make sure you check out PhoenixRisingWC.com for your chiropractic needs. They actually have a series of doctors and people that come to help you, and they are very attentive and they give great attention to who they're working on. It's not one of them places where they look like they're talking about something else and doing something else and just popping the shit out your back. No, they pay attention to your needs, and then they service them. They take care of you. They make you better. And so check them out. Phoenix Rising, WC.com. Peace.
जिम जाने गो ना कोई माने करिए रे या जान भी आखिर कमजोर होवे जिम जाने गो ना कोई माने करियो रे या जान भी आखिर कमजोर होवे सदों बादशाही भी कायम नहीं रहती सदों बादशाही रे कायम नहीं रहती नहीं एक दिन गोरे सदों जोरे होवे दुनिया दिन बदलती जाए अज और ते काले कुछ और होवे दुनिया दिन बदलती जाए रे अज और ते काले कुछ और होवे राई मौत को जाए को चखणो है राई मौत को जाए को चखणो है भावे कितनो कोई शा जोरे होवे जोक मोरे मगी शोक दिल महा कद नबी गो पाक दरबार देखो जोक पोरे मगी शोक दिल मारे कद नबी गो पाक दरबार देखो दोस्त रबे गो खास हबीब प्यारो दोस्त रबे गो खास हबीब प्यारो अखा नाले हूँ वीरे एक बार देखो जाऊं सदके लख आजारे वारी नाले रोजागा सोना मीनार देखो जाऊं सदके लख आजारे वारी में नाले रोजागा सोना मीनार देखो अल्लाह दे तौफीक इकबाल एक बार अल्लाह दे तौफीक इकबाल एक बार जगे बंगला गारे चमकार देखो जिस वास्ते ज़मी आसमान बने हो कैसा नबी की ऊंची रे शान हुई है जिस वास्ते ज़मी आसमान बने हो कैसा नबी की ऊंची रे शान हुई है दोस्त रबे को खास हबीब प्यारो दोस्त रबे को खास हबीब प्यारो गल बिचे कोरान बयान हुई है रुतबो दितो खुदा ने आप जिसना ऊपर नाज़िल किताब कुरान हुई है रुतबो दितो खुदा ने आप जिसना ऊपर नाज़िल किताब कुरान हुई है इकबाल उम्मत नारे बख्शान बसते इकबाल उम्मत नारे ओ बख्शान बसते सोना नबी के हाथ को माने हुई है फे फजल करे अल्लाह पाक जे करे जा तो पहुँचू हूँ सोना दरबार आ गए फे फजल करे अल्लाह पाक जे करे जा तो पहुँच रे सोना दरबार आ गए जा तो पहुँच मदीना की गलियां माँ जा तो पहुँच मदीना की गलियां माँ दुख दसे तो सब सरकार आ गए दस ले तोरे आले हवाले अपना कर दुख दर्द सारा आजार आ गए سودو ملے جا تورے اقبال تنا سودو ملے جا تورے اقبال تنا کھل جا تورے اس بازار آگے